live, getting ready for the Boston Bruins, or Seattle Kraken taking on the Boston Bruins in Boston. A game that is easily the biggest test of the season so far for the Kraken, and probably will be the biggest test this entire season, as they will play the Bruins one more time, a team that to this point is not just the best team in the NHL, but one of the best teams in the history of the league, and especially at home where they have yet to lose in regulation, 19-0-3 coming into this game. So the Kraken had a chance to end that. The good news for the Kraken is that they've also been playing very well and have the longest winning streak in the league at the moment. And these two teams, the last two undefeated teams left in the NHL at this point in 2023. The Bruins 4-0 in the new year, and the Kraken 6-0. So yeah, this will be a fun game. Both teams playing well coming into it. The Kraken 5 wins in a row on the road, 6 wins in a row in total, as I just said. And obviously, large part of that hot streak has been Matty Beniers, who returns home to play in the NHL where he grew up for the first time. So should be a fun one. See how well I make it through this game. Not feeling the best. Part of having a small child is that they just a factory of germs, and that has come back to bite me again between when I said I was going to do the stream and the stream itself. The plague has struck, not the actual plague. I already had that in the summer. Hopefully just one and done with COVID, but bit of a something anyways, attacking my throat and sinuses, running off Dayquil, cough drops, and tea at the moment, so a little fuzzy headed, and should be an interesting stream, we'll put it that way. But thanks to those of you who have joined so far, and yeah, game is about 15 minutes away. Again, there's going to be a little bit of a delay as usual for those of you who are used to these streams or just watch streams on YouTube in general. There's always the YouTube delay that's a few seconds. I say this at the beginning of every video just so people aren't confused, but about a 15 to 30 second delay on YouTube, and then 30 seconds to sometimes a minute as far as the Fubo stream, which is what I use to watch the games. So there'll be a bit of a delay. I'll try to say like when puck drop, when there's face-offs, that kind of stuff, and call some parts of the game so that you can know where I'm at in the game if you want to try and sync up your stream or whatever with it. But if you're watching on cable or something like that, then you can watch the game, and then when something happens, turn and watch my reaction to it a few seconds later. Yeah. What's up? How's it going? Let's go Kraken. Absolutely. Big game here. I mean, ultimately, it's a tough win for the Kraken to get this one. Obviously, I mean, like I just said, probably the toughest win of the season is going to be this game in Boston. So if the Kraken lose, it's like it'll be a bummer. Anytime the Kraken lose, it's a bummer, but it's not a team that they're going to be competing for, obviously, for a playoff spot, because it's an Eastern Conference team. And because of this winning streak and some troubles with the Oilers and Flames, who the Kraken in their previous 2 losses had passed them in the standings in the division, both of those teams have fallen back quite a bit now from the Kraken. So obviously you don't want to lose any games, and hopefully the Kraken can win this one. But if they do lose, they've at least built a bit of a buffer, and also have the Blackhawks, which should be a game that they win. If this is a game you're going to look at as a game that they're certainly an underdog in, that game in Chicago coming up on Saturday is a game that they absolutely should win. So either way, this is one I think we're kind of all excited about. It has a bit of a feeling of an underdog game where the Kraken are coming in as the underdog, something that I guess we kind of felt that way a lot at the start of the season when we thought this team wasn't going to be very good. But at this point in the season, there aren't too many teams that I think we go into the game thinking that the Kraken don't have a very good chance at winning. And not that they don't have a good chance at winning this game. They're, as far as teams that Boston could have that first regulation loss at home against, the Kraken are certainly one of them. The Bruins face the Maple Leafs next on Saturday, so they've got a couple of big tests here to try and keep that point streak at home going. But yeah, the NHL Network called this the biggest game in Kraken franchise history. I laughed, then I thought about it. They might be right. Yeah, I mean, as far as importance of the game and Well, as far as importance of the game, maybe not, just because obviously if you lose 2 points to Boston, it doesn't really matter. But as far as the quality of opponent and quality of the team playing, yeah, this is certainly the biggest game the team has played. For importance, it may very well have been as far as importance of the game for standings and all that, it very well may have been that Edmonton game at the start of this road trip, because they lost to both the Flames and Oilers. Again, having both of those teams jump them in the standings at home just a few games previous to that. And they came into that Calgary Edmonton game really needing to get a win to put themselves back above Edmonton and start, well, what turns out to start a winning streak here. So as far as importance of the game, I'd probably say it was that Oilers game, but this is certainly the biggest game, I would say, as far as the quality of the two teams playing. Other games you could mention, certainly the first ever game, first ever home game. Those are big games, just in, for what they are as a game for the franchise. So both of those last season, which the Kraken lost both of them, but and yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the most important game in franchise history, is that they've only been around for a year and a half. Not actually, this is the halfway point of this season. So after this game, we'll know where the Kraken sit halfway through their season, which is fun. And we're working on. I'm gonna do working on a video for where the Kraken are at this point. That's like what's been going so well for them this season, kind of a season review, if you will, halfway through, that will probably not come out. We'll see if I can get it out this weekend. A lot of it's going to depend on how I'm feeling, but it'll come out maybe sometime next week. And although they will have played a couple of games, as far as all the stats, I'm going to use stats from after this game. Just, it's a clean halfway point of the season, so we'll go clean halfway point where the Kraken were at after 41 games compared to maybe after 41 last year and at the end of the season. So anyway, that's the way I've been looking at it at the start of the road trip. 6 out of 7 would be great. Yeah, I mean, at the start of the road trip, again, like I said, coming into the road trip, the big one was the Edmonton one to start the road trip. That was biggest game of the road trip because it's a team in division competing for a playoff spot, and obviously trying to make a statement after what Edmonton did in Seattle just a couple games before that. That was the biggest game, and I think this one and the Toronto game, and even this one and the Toronto game, I would say, are the two. You could also make an argument for the Buffalo game, but this and Toronto were the two that you looked at it thinking, all right, those are going to be tough ones to win. If they don't, it's not a big deal. Again, Eastern Conference teams and all that. And two of the best teams in the league. So if they don't win it, not necessarily a huge surprise and really not a big deal. But if they can win, that would be amazing. So they picked up those 2 points in Toronto. Obviously, a 5-1 victory, a pretty convincing one there. The last stream we did a week ago. Then one in Ottawa, a team that's certainly not a pushover. One in Buffalo, another team that's been playing very well in spite of their record. And yeah, coming into this one hot, so see where it goes. See how this one goes. Obviously, Montreal, they won there as well, but that is a team that they, any given night, but that's a team you should beat if you're where the Kraken are at this point in the season, even on the road. Nice jersey. Yep, got the reverse retro, and normally I wouldn't wear the reverse retro because of how the Kraken have played in it this season, but I did one other stream so far this season, and the Kraken won. Did they win? Yes, that was the Winnipeg game, I think, if I remember right. Let me just check that to be sure. But I wore this one in the other stream I did, and they won that game. So, oh no, it was St. Louis. It was St. Louis. So yeah, I wore this for a game that the Kraken won. This is the only other time I've worn it during a game. Actually, that's not true. I did go to a game wearing it, and they lost that one. But streaming and wearing this, could have gone with the Alexiak one. They did beat the Leafs while I was wearing the Alexiak jersey, but also it's Matty Beniers, so felt it was fitting with Beniers returning to where he grew up, or same state anyway that he grew up in. So hopefully willing some Matty Beniers magic into the game with this jersey. We can do it. Absolutely, yeah. The Kraken can definitely win this game. Like I said, from a Kraken standpoint, yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough win. But from a Bruins standpoint as well, you're the best team in the league, so you should be able to beat anybody, and pretty much have beaten everybody to this point. But that first loss at home in regulation is going to come eventually, and they've got the Kraken are certainly a team that could do that. I feel you. Same here with the 1-year-old will go Kraken. Oh, same. Feel you with the 1-year-old. Yeah, I've especially as someone that was not sick a lot through their teens and most of their 20s, honestly, even. And then obviously, like, COVID was basically at home for 2 years. The I've never had a cold. Like, I feel like I've had a cold almost like a third of the time over the last few months. I've had a cold, which isn't actually true, but it's like it lasts a few days and then it's over. But I had I don't know if I ever had a cold more than once in a year until these last. Actually, it's not true. I have before, but especially like in my teens and 20s, I don't think I had or early 20s. I don't think I had a cold more than once in a year ever. Now, if anybody that knew me then is watching this, I may have gotten out of going anyway. May have for work and some of those things. I may have had colds more frequently, but not condoning that necessarily. Although if you're working, you have sick time. Use your sick time. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, a little fuzzy brain running on this Dayquil and Dayquil, cough medicine, and tea. So that's what's fueling tonight's stream. It's actually not even Dayquil. It's the Kirkland version, the Costco version. Win in regulation would put the league on notice. It would. I feel like the league should already be on notice, but it's Seattle. National media never talks about Seattle sports unless they have absolutely no choice to. So, yeah, Felix being announced into the or will be inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame. All right, what do we got here? Watching from Australia. Love your stuff, mate. Thanks for keeping me informed on the other side of the world. Absolutely, no problem. That's what time is it in Australia? It's got to be, I guess, early in the day, or is it? It's got to be early in the day. I don't know what the time difference is. Obviously, early in the day, the next day, so it's still the 12th here, probably the 13th there. But yeah, we're at in Australia. Oh, I got a donation. Thank you, thank you. 15 diggity, appreciate it. $5 donation. Oklahoma Kraken fan here. Love your game by game breakdowns. Any advice for traveling fan coming for the Winter Classic? First of all, hope I'll be there one way or another for sure. So I'll be at that Winter Classic no matter what. Basically, unless I have the plague and I'm quarantined or something. I don't know. There's do everything I can to be at that Winter Classic. Advice: if you've never been to Seattle, I'll be honest, I don't know much. Obviously, if you want sushi or you like sushi, Seattle's a great place for that. I don't have any recommendations myself because I don't. Raw fish isn't my thing, but sure we've got some people in the chat. Will give you some good places to eat. Uh, Pike Place Market's always fun one to watch. A lot of the tour or go to. A lot of the touristy places, I mean, are worth the Space Needles fun if you can go up the Space Needle. It's kind of fun. Good view of the skyline and all that. As an Oklahoman coming to Seattle for a Kraken game, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is absolutely by no means ever wear a Thunder jersey. No one's people aren't violent. This isn't like wearing a Chiefs jersey to a Raiders game or something like that. But yeah, it's the Thunder are still the teams that so Seattle sports teams from the four sports. You've got the Mariners are the baseball team, the Seahawks are the football team, obviously the Kraken are the NHL team, and then the NBA team is whoever's playing the Thunder. I mean if there's a most hated franchise in all of professional sports in Seattle, it's the Thunder, and it's not close. So don't wear a Thunder jersey. Obviously, you probably wouldn't if you're a Kraken. You're probably wearing a Kraken jersey, hopefully to the Winter Classic, or Kraken shirt or whatever you have. So since you brought up Oklahoma, that would be the one thing I would say. A raincoat or an umbrella would be pretty good to have. It's probably January in Seattle. You got a good chance of at least overcast, if not rain and possibly snow. So be ready for cold and wet, I would say. Whether it's snow or rain, be ready for cold and wet. Also, if you like hiking, there's a lot of good hiking in the area in case it isn't raining and you have a couple of days in Seattle other than the game. They also are supposed to have a bunch of they try to make the Winter Classic kind of an event around the arena, so there'll be other stuff going around the arena. So if you're getting a hotel in that area, then you should have other things around the arena that are happening other than just the game itself. So yeah. Personally, I'm a skier, so I love all the mountain stuff I'm into. Like I love skiing, mountain biking. There's also if you like just road biking or trail biking, there's a lot of great biking trails around. Like I said, hiking is a good one. Lots of outdoorsy stuff to do as long as the weather is okay. And honestly, the weather doesn't stop Seattle people, but if you're from Oklahoma, I can understand why you wouldn't be crazy about going out in the wet and cold if it is raining or snowing. $2 donation from Kellen. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It says work. I'm going to say that's go to work, or maybe skipping work like I was saying. But Kraken going to work here in Boston, so appreciate the $2 donation there. What's the story behind the Kraken nickname? It was pretty much just, it's something that got traction through the fan base, basically, throughout the whole process of the team trying to pick a name. I don't really know, I actually don't know where it got suggested first or what, but it was, the team would, when they were still just NHL Seattle, and they took them a couple years to pick a team name officially. When they were just NHL Seattle, they would do things like, hey, give us suggestions for what the team name would be. That they would do. They would put up potential names and do votes on them and that kind of stuff. And so that was one that always had a lot of traction. Between ones that had, obviously the Metropolitans was always one that had a lot of traction because of the tie to the team that won the Stanley Cup, first U.S. team to win the Stanley Cup way back when. But it was pretty clear that wasn't going to happen because of the Metropolitan division in the NHL. Totems was also a popular name, and it was also a popular name because of another historic Seattle WHL, not the WHL that exists now, but the old WHL Thunderbirds, Totems team. Thunderbirds are the new WHL team. So those two were pretty popular. Totems, again, that wasn't likely to happen just because you don't want to be appropriating. And they've been doing really well with working with the native communities around. But you don't want to, especially, just it's safe to just kind of stay away from that, not do anything that could offend people. So that left kind of Sockeye and Kraken were always the two big ones. Sockeye being a salmon from in the area and all that, and there's obviously the whole sounds like someone getting punched in the eye, or punching somebody in the eye, which lends itself to hockey a bit. That's why a lot of people liked it. I was never a big fan. It's kind of an ugly fish, if we're being honest. Not very big fish either. So easily hunted by things like orcas if you're, competing against the Canucks. But Kraken, one of the big things that people always said, and Kraken was always my favorite. One of the big things that people always said for like why they didn't like Kraken is because it had no local ties, which isn't true. It's just not true. I mean the legend of the Kraken is that it's a North Atlantic sea beast. I mean, it's a Scandinavian legend, so North Atlantic is kind of where you would assume it is, but it's just like an ocean creature, ocean monster, obviously. People also didn't like it just because it's like a pop culture movie thing from a Disney movie, the Pirates of the Caribbean, where there the Kraken is in the, I guess you would call it Central Atlantic, or anyway, the Caribbean, which is far from the North Atlantic, but anyway. But as far as that's concerned, Seattle has a huge Scandinavian population, so there's the tie to the Scandinavian culture that's there. And it also has Puget Sound, and the greater Northwest area is a home to the largest species of octopus in the world. So you got a big tentacled creature that lives in that water around Seattle, and the ties. So anyway, just when people said there's no ties whatsoever to Seattle, that always kind of annoyed me, and then I just wanted it even more, and I never really was. There was a couple of mock-ups for Sockeyes that I liked, but I never really liked the idea of Sockeyes as the name. There's still people that would much prefer the team be named the Sockeyes, but anyway, yeah, it basically came down to that's just what the fans made it pretty clear that they wanted either Sockeyes or Kraken, and the team picked Kraken, which I think probably had something to do with like hockey trying to get a little bit away from fighting and punching each other in the head, but I don't know. 15 Diggity. Lemau, thanks for the advice. I'll be sure to leave the Thunder gear at home. I mean, look, if you want to wear it, you can feel free to represent. Like I said, Seattle is not. You probably won't see any actual violence, but you probably will get some jeers and some like Go Sonics, that kind of stuff. Now, if you have any Sonics gear that doesn't have any like Thunder tied to it in any way, then you can probably wear Sonics gear and you're fine. But actually, wear Sonics gear and people will give you high fives and stuff. But yeah, Thunder gear is not going to be popular. I've heard good things about Green Tortoise Hostel, but never stayed there personally since I live here. But it books out quickly, so yeah. What is that? Green Tortoise Hostel, I guess this would be a place to stay in Seattle, potentially. Scott, what would be your reaction if an autistic player played in the NHL? That would be awesome. That'd be such a cool story. I mean, yeah. Uh, Even outside of like, yeah, that would be awesome. It would be really, really cool. I don't know. I'm sure it would be something that'd be very, very heavily talked about. Like we saw how, well, even just in Seattle, we saw how, who was it? Derek Coleman. I think Derek was his first name, but Coleman. The fullback for he was like a backup fullback for the Seahawks that was deaf, and I don't know if he was the first ever deaf player in the NFL, but certainly one of very few deaf players to ever play in the NFL. And again, he's a backup fullback, which is already like a kind of dying position in the NFL as it is. And he did get to be a starter for a while, so I shouldn't say he was only a backup, but the story for him really started when he was a backup, and it was one of the biggest stories around. So that was, and super inspirational, obviously, for anybody with any kind of disability, like physical disability, like being deaf and all that. Oh, here we go. Game started. Puck just dropped. So yeah, it'd be super inspirational. Lots of people that either are autistic or know someone that's autistic. So yeah, it'd be super inspirational, and yeah, incredible story, and definitely would wish that player all the best for sure. Be cool to see that happen, and it definitely could. I mean, lots of incredible things from people that deal with that. Oh boy, there's a turnover to Bergeron. Shot on goal. Prevented. Oh, Bergeron tried to get it out front, but he couldn't. Or someone tried to get out front to Bergeron, but couldn't. Bruins pressing early here. Alexiak. Bruins keep it in the zone. They got their first line still out there, I think. I actually don't know. This Marchand and Bergeron are both out there, so I have to imagine this is first line. I'll admit I don't know the Bruins lines super, super well. So we get an icing. The Kraken will stay out on the ice. They're just over a minute in. The Kraken have spent a lot of it in the defensive zone so far. Kraken was always the best choice for nickname, in your opinion? Me too. Always liked Kraken the best. Even from when it was just like one of the bunch of names, that was always the one I was like, I kind of didn't think they were going to pick it, but I was always like, oh, I really hope they do. And then when it started to get more popular, it's like, oh, yeah, let's go. All right, that one doesn't get iced. Yeah, let's go. So Bruins will break it out again and get into the offensive end without too much trouble. Beniers, some good defense there. The Bruins play very good on defense. Here's a rush chance for the Kraken. That's kind of they were saying in the pregame, kind of the one weakness for the Bruins is that they struggle against rush chances, which the Kraken have done very well getting rush chances. So that's probably where the Kraken are going to have to live and die in this game. And we got a high sticking call on the Bruins, so the Kraken did the early power play. That's good. Bruins third on the power play. Let's see what they are on the penalty kill. The Bruins are the best penalty killing team in the NHL, so there you go. If the Kraken power play doesn't go well here, the Bruins are killing off 85.8% of penalties to this point in the season. Oh, there it is. So Kraken 16th on the power play, so right in the middle of the pack. And a lot of that's from their early season success. And the Bruins are the best on the kill. Why? There we go. There we go, guys. Come on. Come on. Beniers down behind the puck. They're not going to get it out and it'll get cleared. Oh, good play by Beniers. Burakovsky, does he get it out in front? He's trying to find someone to... Burakovsky up to... Oh, no, it's Dunn that's coming in now. Dunn back to... Oh, dang it. Burakovsky tried to get it back to Dunn, but it got defended, so they'll go off on a change now. Let's get back to the studio here. Gotta get some tea in me. Hold on. Just 30 seconds left on the power play. The Bruins have done a pretty good job of killing it so far. I don't think the Kraken actually have a shot. Actually, maybe they have one? They have one shot. I don't know if it came on this power play. Dunn shoots. McCann couldn't get to it in time. There was a chance there, but McCann was too far away from the puck. Oh, Bjorkstrand's stick broke. No. Same team, guys. Same team. Oh, penalties killed off. They got a little push there late, but Bjorkstrand's stick broke, which certainly didn't help. They had one chance where there would have been an almost certain goal, but McCann was just too far away from the puck. Here we go. Tanev back with the puck. Open look for Gord. Oh! Carlo with a great defensive stick there. Thought Gord was getting a good shot there for sure. Kind of surprising the Bruins only have one shot on goal. I thought they had more than that. Here's Gord on a rush. He's going to try and chip it in on a tight angle. Easy save made there. Kraken still with the puck. Beniers has it. Beniers with it. Beniers still with it. Beniers fires off a shot. Oh! Oh, it just went over. Oh. Borgen had a tip in. He got down the other side. No one saw him, but it just went over his stick. I think I don't know if he was trying to pass it to Borgen coming in or Gord who was in front of the net. But it got past Gord, went to Borgen who had what would have been a tip in, but it just bounced over his stick. Oh. Been a Kraken fan since day one. Me too. Going to the game on the 28th. Also me too. That's when the Matty Beniers bobblehead is, I'm pretty sure. Which, I've only seen one image of it so far, and it's... After, I mean, the Gord and Larson ones are back there. Both of those are fantastic bobbleheads. The Beniers one, it won't be his last one, but it's not pretty. From the one image I saw, so maybe it's, you know, who knows, but... Marchand gets through everybody, but has no way of getting a shot off, so that at least is good. There you go. Wemberg collects it and fires it in. Shots are 3-on-1, or 3-on-1, 3-2-1 in favor of the Kraken. But a couple of those shots were from pretty tight angles, so nothing too dangerous for the Kraken. The Bruins have had some good looks. Only really got one on net, and that save was made without too much trouble by Martin Jones in net. What would my reaction be if the Sonics came back? I'd be excited. Nowhere near as excited as I was about the Kraken. The NBA is not really my thing. But I would definitely go to some games and keep up with the team and all that. So yeah, I'd definitely be very excited about it. And, you know, there would also be that little bit of like, well, I mean, they still lost. They scored! How did that go in? Was that Sprong or Tanev? I gotta see this again. I don't know how this got in. Tanev got it in, so he must have tipped it in. The Kraken with the early 1-0 lead. All right, here we go. So big hit on Carlo on one side, then he just kind of forechecking on one side. Then he just kind of gets next to it, and I think Sprong was trying to shoot that. It was going to go behind the net, and Tanev just put his stick out there, and it bounced in. How did that get past Ullmark? Well, the Kraken get on the board first. I don't know how Tanev managed to get that past Ullmark. Just a nice tip on what I don't know. I think Sprong was probably trying to shoot that and just missed the net. Or maybe he saw Tanev. Maybe that was just a great pass. It's definitely possible. I'm going to go with another cough drop. Cough drop count is up to 2 now for the game. We had 1 pregame, so I guess... Sorry, I hit the mic there a little bit. I don't know if that came across, but sorry if there was a loud noise. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh! Ooh! That was a dangerous look. Oh, here we go! Bjorkstrand! Oh, he put it wide. Now they're trading rush chances, which... Oh, fanned on. And that gets out. Oh, thank goodness. Shots are, 4-1 for the Kraken now. That fourth shot being the Tanev chip in. Bruins in the zone, pressing back, trying to get a response to that Kraken goal here just about halfway through the first. Just about to hit the 11-minute mark left in the first. Burakovsky 3-on-2. Oh, it went past Beniers. Or off Beniers somehow. Ah, turned over. Borgen just missed Eberle there in the neutral zone. Susi to Burakovsky. Burakovsky all the way across to Eberle. Nope, that's Borgen. Borgen up to his roommate in Beniers. Beniers turns it over in the neutral zone to Marchand. Good defensive play there by Beniers to shut down that rush from Boston. They're offside. That was Pasternak that Beniers defended there. Bruins fan here, who's been watching your channel for a while now. Maybe the best team. Sorry. Maybe the best, or may the best team win. Oh, like I said, the cold is messing with my head a little bit here, and the Kirkland Dayquil, whatever you want to call it. That's what I get for saying that I was going to stream this game. Like, you know, I try to give a few days notice for one stream for like all of last season. I was always like, oh, I'll get you guys notice for the stream, and then it'd be like day of or the day before. I'd be like, you know what, let's do a stream. So I finally try to be like a few days ahead. Let's do a stream. And of course, that's when I get a cold. So that's what I get for planning ahead, I guess. But yeah, may the best team win. And I mean, let's be honest, the Bruins are still the better team regardless of who wins here. But the best team on the night, and both teams are, I mean, this could be a playoff matchup. Could be a playoff matchup. There's only one way that happens, which is why only one way that happens, but I would certainly be okay with this being a playoff matchup. And that's icing, so it'll come back down to the Kraken end with just under 9 minutes left. Kraken looked motivated tonight. Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow start there. The Bruins definitely had a push there for the first few minutes that somehow they only got one shot off out of it, but they got a good turnaround there. They responded to that push by the Bruins, and obviously resulted in not just a power play, which was defended well by Boston. They, again, the best penalty kill in the league, so. But then led to that Tanev chip in. That's going to be a penalty. Yep. Kraken will get another chance on the power play. Yeah, that was there. That was a pretty obvious one. Bruins probably flying pretty high from the Winter Classic win. That was such a good game. I will admit I was leaning towards the Penguins a little bit in that game, but that was such a good game and a great comeback there in the third by the Bruins. Would have been fun to get overtime if that last second goal had gone in, but I thought it was also pretty cool that both teams were the yellow and black, so like everything is just yellow and black, and you don't know which team. Like, you look at the stands, just everything's yellow and black, and obviously most of it's probably Bruins, but it doesn't matter if it's Bruins or Penguins, it all blends together. So it's kind of a cool scene there, and obviously being in a park like Fenway. Spronger doing his thing and getting a point. Absolutely. Sprong continues to put up the points. Yeah, the Kraken are just... It kind of looks like the way they've looked for most of this road trip now so far here in this first, which is definitely a good sign. You know, like I said, the Bruins had that early push, and now they just got another pretty good push after the Kraken goal. But Seattle's up to the task. Allowed a couple of decent looks, but nothing that was, you know, not completely losing anybody in dangerous areas, and not For Jones, not allowing any bad rebounds out the other way or anything like that. All right, cracking at their second power play of the game. Here we go. My biggest sports hate is number 63, Marchand, for the Bruins. I won't say his name because it only gives him power. Yeah, Marchand's probably my least favorite player in the NHL. Either him or Tom Wilson. Although there's some other guys. Not crazy about those as far as like what they're on ice. Marchand a shorthanded chance there. Jones with the save. But yeah, as far as just I mean, there's some guys whose off the ice antics I kind of makes me not like them more than either Marchand or Wilson. But as far as just the on ice part of it, Marchand and Wilson are my least favorites. Not crazy about Tyler Bertuzzi with some of his craziness, and who's the other one? I guess it's kind of on ice as well, but I'm not crazy about what's his face. Lemieux's the last name for the Kings, the guy that bites people. That one, you know who I'm talking about. Not crazy about what McDavid does to the Kraken, but that's a different thing. That's like Mike Trout with the with the Angels. Just like you're a rival team, and he's maybe the best player in the game, and then he's gonna just destroy you every time. Oh, here we go. Open shot for McCann. Oh, a nice stop, and then the rebound just didn't find anybody. 1 minute left on the power play. Love it when the Kraken start on time. Me too. Do it again here. Kraken with a very good record when they score first, which they did tonight. Of course, the Kraken record when they score first is still not as good as Boston's record at home, but that's a different thing. Oh, here we go. Burakovsky in. That'll get frozen with 30 seconds left on the power play. So we'll get a face-off in the offensive end with 30 seconds left. Man advantage. Ooh, that almost got under the glove hand. That was a good shot from McCann. That almost got under the glove of Allmark. I think it kind of went off the bottom of his glove and then off his pad. So that was a close one. Here we go. Face-off is 1 for the Kraken, but Marchand still got to it first, and they'll looks like they'll be able to kill off the rest of this power play. And Marchand just killing off all sorts of time, skating around in circles with the puck. And that will finish off the second power play for the Kraken. So the Bruins first in the NHL penalty kill gets the better of the Kraken's middling power play twice in this first period. So far. Still plenty of time for more, I suppose. But McCann did get that one really good shot off there that Ullmark just barely managed to save. Wennberg off of Taylor Hall. Now he has it. And Bruins will set up, fire off a shot. Didn't see what happened to it, but it didn't go in, which is all that matters. Tanev doesn't have a stick. Tanev going back to the bench to get a stick. Bruins holding the offensive end. Kraken doing a good job keeping everything to the outside. There we go. Now they'll get it out. Gord's got it. He'll circle back. Oh, no, he won't. Get it up to Donato, sorry. Donato tried to handle through two Bruins. It did not work. Oh, Susie, or someone. That was Vince Dunn. Vince Dunn had a shot, but he whiffed it. Tolvanen dropping it back for Larson. Larson across to Dunn. Dunn up to somebody. No, that was Bjorkstrand. Dunn takes a big hit, but gets the puck up and out. Bruins now with the puck out of their own end through the neutral zone. Trent Frederick. McAvoy misses a pass that would have set up a very good shot if that connected. Tough pass, though. Vince Dunn with a couple nice moves behind the net. Kraken now with the breakout. Matty Beniers with the puck in the neutral zone. Skates through. He'll dump it in on net. That'll be blockered into the corner. Beniers with it again. Throws it out front. Nobody's there. And now Marchand has it as the Bruins will try to break out. Oh, sorry. Was that McAvoy, not Marchand? Oh, no, it was Marchand. Okay. Marchand's been out there a lot already. Here's Beniers with it. Beniers dumping off to Eberle. Eberle into the corner. Beniers will go after it. Burakovsky has it now. Burakovsky to Beniers. Beniers shot! Saved. Oh, you're wearing the reverse retro on a live stream? Yes, and I know the team hasn't played well in it, but I wore it for the Blues stream earlier this season after I got it, and they won that game. So I don't feel like I'm cursing anything by wearing the jersey. Plus, it, like I was saying earlier, it's the Matty Beniers reverse retro. So there it is, Matty Beniers reverse retro. So it, Beniers returning home to Boston to play the Bruins for the first time in the NHL felt like will some Beniers goals into life. Plus, Beniers playing so well on this road trip that felt appropriate. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. Had to close the door to the room. Kid just woke up, so try and keep the noises from the upstairs from getting down here too loudly. Let me ask, how come you only live stream for the Kraken when they are on the road and not when they're at home? Because I go to all the home games. Yeah, I am fortunate enough to get press passes to all the home games, and I have half season tickets as well that I got before I knew that I'd have that kind of opportunity. So yeah, between press box and season ticket seats, I get to all the games, which very, very fortunate to have all of that stuff. So, but it does mean that I go to all the home games unless I'm sick or have some other reason I can't get to it that would typically prevent me from streaming. Although streaming while sick today, I don't know if it sounds like it or not, but like I said, we're running on Kirkland Dayquil, cough drops, and tea. A giant mug of tea. So, but yeah, that's why only road games. I did some home games last year at the start of the season when I wasn't going to every one of them. But here's McCann's got a chance. Oh, Schwartz! Oh, the rebound. Done. Shot. Schwartz. Oh, how did that stay out? Oh, how did that stay out? Okay, that was not too hard of a save. Oh, he's so lucky that rebound didn't go to Dunn. Dunn was right there. Carlo knocks it down with the high stick, so we'll get a face-off in the offensive end. Kraken with the shots on goal lead 12-6 so far, and the 1-0 lead on the board. Where did I get my reverse retro jersey? I ordered it early I had pre-ordered it, so then I ended up getting it from the team store when it came in. But the team store, at least the one at the arena, has a bunch of them, and I guess I haven't looked online, so I don't know if you can still find them online. But yeah, the team store still has a bunch of them at the arena. Tolvanen fires a shot wide. Tolvanen shot. Oh, Tolvanen, another shot goes. Gord just smiling at some dudes with his helmet getting ripped off. I don't know if they'll call a penalty there because the Kraken have already had 2 power plays, and Gord was, let's be honest, asking for it a little bit. But love Gord so much, yeah. It's a nice looking sweater. Yeah, I like it too. There's some stuff there's some things about it that like would have been kind of just with the inspiration because it was the Seattle Ironman that they had inspired, and the Ironman had like 4 stars up here. I thought that would have been like do something there. There's just like a lot of blue space. Like I like the light blue, but have because the Ironman had like 2 stars on either side, like up here. It'd been kind of nice to have something there to do a little bit more with that throwback, but I'm not gonna complain too much. I like the jersey. A lot of people wanted something Metropolitans themed, but they're gonna save that for something more than just a reverse retro. And the rumor is that that's what they'll have for the Winter Classic coming up here next 1st of January, so first day of 2024. Guess we'll have to wait and see for sure, but that's the rumor is that they'll be wearing something Metropolitans themed for the Winter Classic. And now Boston will get their power play with 2:21 left in the period. Yeah, that was. I think that was actually a Lexiac stick that ended up tripping him up, but Schultz will go to the box. I need a sweater on the as the a sweater with the anchor as the primary. I think it'll happen at some point. I'd have to imagine something like that happens at some point. Could even be a third jersey. They'll make a third eventually. I was kind of thinking they might do a third next year, but with the Winter Classic, they might wait one more year before they have like an official third. I don't know that they would want to go third jersey and Winter Classic in the same year, but we'll find out. We won't find out anything about that until if they do a third jersey, probably like middle of the summer around free agency time, and if they're gonna do what the Winter Classic is gonna look like and all that, probably happens like early next season. Let's see. You do a video of the reverse retro 2-point jerseys, 32-1. I suppose I could. It's been they've been out for a while, but we've seen them all on ice. Yeah, maybe if I have time, we'll see. Got the All-Star break coming up, which I'll be on vacation for part of, but maybe make some videos happen during that All-Star break. Now the Kraken are on the penalty kill. Yeah. Yeah, they're on the penalty kill here in the last 2 minutes of the first. 2:21 left in the period, 2 minutes. Obviously, that will be on the kill unless the Bruins score. This is what, the number 3 power play in the league, I think? Dangerous to... Yeah, number 3 power play in the league here in the Bruins. Kraken penalty kill. Considering their opponents they've faced has honestly done pretty well, all things considered, here on this road trip. Oh, Jones got back to make that save. But yeah, so let's see. Just on this road trip, the Kraken started it in Edmonton. That's the number 1 power play in the NHL. Then Toronto is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8th. So Toronto's the 8th power play. They were 9th, I think, when the Kraken faced them. The Senators were third when the Kraken faced them, but they've fallen down to sixth. Let's see, who else did they play on this road trip? Oh, the Sabres. They just played the Sabres. That's the second best power play in the league, and now the Bruins are the third best. And when the Kraken come home to play on the come home, their next home game is against Tampa Bay, who's currently the fourth power play. So lots of the top 10 power plays the Kraken are facing here. Gotten through the first minute of this power play so far. Passing it around, McCann's up challenging it. Shot, blocked, cleared, not cleared. Pastrnak down to somebody. McCann, get to it. Whoa, Gord. McAvoy got to it first. A big hit there along the boards. That's offside. Yes, let's go. So 33 seconds left to kill in this power play. Offside, the faceoff will come out inside the Kraken zone. Good first period from the Kraken here. Just got to finish off the last minute of it. 33 seconds of the power play. Boston regrouping here with 20 seconds left in the power play. Larson has it. Can Larson get rid of it? No. They'll clear it up. Tanev gets to it first. Tanev will push it down. That will kill off the rest of the power play. Boston with the puck, though, will have a chance to transition into the offensive end as we go even. So Schultz out of the box. Whacks the puck down. Uh-oh. Bruins get a bit of a rush here. Puck behind the net. 10 seconds left. 7-6. Kraken are just going to try and freeze this down now. 3, 2. Borgen will fire it around. And that'll end the period before the icing can get called. And the Kraken finish off the first period with the 1-0 lead. And 14 shots to a Bruins 7 shots on goal. So let's get this switched over to the second period real quick. Before I forget. There we go. All right. Great first period. Oh, there it is. Knew I was going to. But great first period from the Kraken. Killed off a power play. Had 2 of their own killed off during the period as well. So, honestly, with the way the special teams have been going for the Kraken for the season as a whole, if they could just if special teams can just be a non-factor in games, the way the Kraken play 5-on-5, they'd be even better than they are. The special teams as a whole have been a liability for the Kraken this season. Look, obviously, if you can be on every power play, then great. But if you get power plays, the other team's going to get power plays, and I think the Kraken would be happy with just special teams being a non-factor because it's been, again, between the two, the total hasn't been great. We'll put it that way. Actually, even at that, 4-on-4 hasn't been great for the Kraken, even though they've been pretty good at 3-on-3 in overtime. For some quality reading, may I recommend the Nashville subreddit regarding Ellie Tolvanen. Yeah, that's been a whole thing. That's been like kind of the one of the biggest Kraken stories of the week, and it's nothing to really even involve something they did recently, I guess, if you could say. Because they claimed Tolvanen in before Christmas. Middle of December, they claimed him. Anyway, yeah. So there was the anyway. The Kraken claimed him in mid-December, and then most recently, the Nashville GM after Tolvanen was 5 points in 5 games for the Kraken. It just said it might have, among other things, he said it might have been a mistake to let him go, which they were expecting him to get through on waivers. But obviously, he doesn't get through on waivers. The Kraken claimed him pretty late in the waiver process, actually, because of the standings. They're pretty low down. Sorry, I was watching. They had a little thing on the salmon toss for the Kraken. Actually, I don't know if the audio is getting through, but there we go. Let's see. Raw, go Kraken, absolutely. 6-6 shot from the face-off circle on Tolvanen. Yeah. Yeah, Tolvanen's got an... I mean, we've seen a similar thing on the other side from Sprong, but Tolvanen has a heck of a shot. Which was well known with him in Nashville, but they just... I guess they just didn't utilize him properly. It's hard to say for sure. I don't know. Used him, I guess, a little bit too much as kind of a third line bruiser type of player, which might be where his like forecheck and back checking comes from. He's done really well there, but the Kraken, I mean, as soon as he was in, as soon as they got him into the lineup, he was on the power play and scored in that first game. All right, well, pretty good first period. How about that, huh? Kraken with the 1-0 lead after one. Definitely a good start there. So yeah, here they're showing the Tanev goal again. It comes around the outside, ringed around the boards. Sprong just got to it first and shot it right off the boards. And I think, yeah, Sprong was definitely trying to get that on net. But he just missed, and Tanev happened to put his stick right there. And I don't know if he banked it off of Olmark or how that went into the net, but it got in off basically an impossible angle and into the net. So it must have grazed Olmark, I would imagine, a little bit. Sorry, spacing out a bit there. Drink some tea. Yeah, that's a pretty big mug. I love it. Good start. Absolutely beautiful. Played first period. You love to see it. Definitely a sniper for Tolvanen. Yeah, both he and Sprong. But yeah, Tolvanen's. I mean, everyone. His shot has not ever been a secret. Everyone knew when he was drafted that his shot was a top tier, even in the NHL level shot. Then the question was just how do you use him and make sure he can use that shot, because he's not, and this is definitely true even in Seattle, he's not the fastest skater, but so yeah, how do you get him in position to use that shot? And the Kraken have been able to do that here, at least so far through the first 5-6 games of his time in Seattle. Coyle got that one really good look for the Bruins, and that was kind of the only great look that the Bruins have had. They've had a couple of decent looks, just that one was wide open in a dangerous area, but Jones saw the pass coming and able to shoulder it away. I'm gonna be real, Bowie has grown on me. Yeah, I mean, like, I think ultimately, the whole Bowie thing to me is like, it's gone basically exactly how I thought it would. Where I didn't. I mean, wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting Bowie to. I wasn't expecting the mascot to be quite as out there as Bowie is, by any means. But I think you pretty much knew with a mascot that it was. No matter what they did with it, there was going to be a lot of people who hated it and a lot of people who liked it. And I mean, with it being a mascot, it's going to be goofy. Like, it's going to be silly, whatever it is. So there's probably going to be more people that hate it initially than like it. And they, to be fair, did a really good job of kind of leaning into the whole, like, what is that thing? Like, what did you do? Leaning into the hate of it and going kind of the gritty route with it a little bit. And yeah, that's the other thing is, like, mascots are meant to be goofy and silly, so probably more people than otherwise are not going to like it at first, but give it time and it'll just blend in. Like, it's a mascot. It's not like it's really not like it's even something you're going to see hardly ever unless you're going to games. And even then, like, you're just going to see him walking around the arena every now and then. Like, I don't know. A lot more of a big deal was made out of it than necessary. I gotta drink more tea. Gotta drink more tea or my voice isn't gonna make it through this whole game. Surprised, honestly, it's even done as well as it has. I think the medicine is definitely helping as well. I had a couple of moments earlier today where I was trying to say words and words were not happening, so I was a little bit like, oh, we'll see how the stream goes. I'm gonna try to get through it one way or another, but I have an 8-year-old that I bring to the game. She loves Bowie. See, that's ultimately the thing is, like, the mascots are there for kids primarily. So, like, a bunch of, like, 30 and 40-year-old people like, oh, what, Bowie's gross. Like, what's going on with that mascot? That's like, it's not for you. Like, the mascot isn't there to please you. The mascot's there for kids and to be like a fun goofy thing that runs around the arena. Learn sign language. Nice mug. I have a friend with a similar tattoo. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I definitely like the little birds on it. It's just a really big mug, which means lots of tea and you don't have to fill it up as often, which is exactly what's needed right now. How many Whopper ads so far? I don't know. They blend in. I still love the Whopper in high school, but I'll say the Impossible Whopper was the first time I tried Impossible meat, and it tasted like beef. I've had a lot more of it since then. Actually, I will say the Impossible Whopper tasted better than the normal Whopper, because the normal Whopper is like the lowest unseasoned quality of beef that you can pretty much get, honestly. Outside of, like, McDonald's. Actually, no, the worst fast food burger popular one is Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's food is awful. Now their blizzards are fantastic, but their food is horrendous. And then McDonald's, I can't with McDonald's. It's disgusting. That mug is the size of your face. I mean, pretty close. At least width-wise, anyway. Just put this perspective. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's pretty close to the size of my face. I had to put my face in it to see. Yeah, we could be stuck with Gritty. I like Gritty. I don't know. Gritty's goofy and Gritty's goofy and self-aware, which is kind of like, you know what? He's entertaining. That's all. You know, he can be an ugly eyesore, but if he's entertaining, then the ugly eyesore part of it just kind of adds to his entertainment value, honestly. Oh wow, they got some little kids out on the ice playing full length. Root Sports is like, oh, look at these little kids out there. They got some skills. And as soon as he says that, the kid eats it. Who's my favorite Kraken player? Mine is Gord. Gord's probably up. Gord's up there for me. He might be my favorite. Obviously, hard to go wrong with Matty Beniers with how good he is. McCann as well. McCann's with all the score leading scorer last season in the inaugural season and this year. Also Jordan Eberle. I mean, I could keep naming guys. I like a lot of the guys on the team. Pretty much everyone on the team. They're all cool, but that's like one thing that I think it definitely shows. And it's something that occasionally like you end up thinking with where like the Kraken didn't take Max Domi and they could have. And I mean, I've never met Max Domi or anything like that, so who knows for sure, but he's a guy that didn't have a great reputation for his in locker room presence, at least at the time of the expansion draft. And the Kraken don't take him, and then they end up taking, who's it, like Gavin Bayreuther, I think it was, from Columbus, and then immediately he goes right back to Columbus. Like they didn't sign him and he went right back. That was like something that the Kraken have said from day one was an emphasis, was good guys that were really good in the locker room and just good guys, and to have a strong like quality of character in the locker room was very important to the team and still is. And I think it really shows with the Kraken. They get along really well as a team, and they're all, even the ones that don't necessarily aren't super talkative with media, like Sprong and Larson don't particularly like talking to the media very much, which is fair enough, but like they're all super good dudes. So I think that definitely shows, and it definitely shows with like how the team is able to come together here in the second season. It's one of those things that's like, is definitely going to add to the team in when things are going well. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably still pick Gord. I liked Geo. I even got a shirt. I got a Geo. Yeah, I got a Geo jersey because I figured, you know what, he was only had 1 year left on the contract, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to get a jersey. It's going to be a player jersey, and you never know with any of these guys what's going to happen. Other guys had longer contracts than Geo and that stuff, but with Geo, I got a Geo jersey because knew he was gonna be the first captain. Or at the time I got it, I think there was rumors that he was going to be the captain, or they were going to have a captain, and if they were going to have a captain, it was certainly going to be him. But anyway, I was, you know what? Worst case scenario, even if he's only with the team one season, and he wasn't even with the team for the full season, which I didn't expect at the time I got the jersey, certainly. Figured he's, I would say, a likely or certainly a possible Hall of Famer. He's definitely at the time a possible first captain, which was true. And he's part of that expansion draft. So even if he's only with the team for 1 year, then he was still an important part of the team's history. So figured it was a safe jersey to get from that standpoint of he's an important part of the story of the team as a whole, even if he isn't going to be with the team for very long, which, yeah. So I don't regret it. Like, if I could go back and pick one, I might pick Yanni Gord just because, he obviously was the fan favorite last year, offers so much good stuff for the team, and is going to be around for a while and all that. But I don't regret getting the Geo jersey at all. My wife got me a Gord cameo for Christmas. It was legit. That's awesome. I didn't realize Gord was on Cameo. Oh, so they gave the Bruins another shot. So 14 shots to 8 after the first period. Well, now they gotta come out and keep it up here in the second. The Bruins, I mean, One of the reasons the Bruins have the record they do at home is that they also know how to come back in games. And actually, the third period is where they're the strongest. So you gotta keep it up. Even maybe get one more here in the second. Try to go into the third with a multi-goal lead. Interesting. So the Kraken have the highest percentage of time playing with a lead in the NHL on the road. And the Bruins are second in time playing with a lead at home. So yeah, definitely a battle of strengths here with the Kraken on the road and the Bruins at home. No icing. Oh, Hall created a play there, but he put it wide. Kraken will get out Tolvanen to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand has it broken up as the Kraken tried to get into the offensive end. Second period underway, 30 seconds in. Bjorkstrand gets it to Tolvanen. Tolvanen dumps it into the corner where the Bruins will get to it first. Trent Frederick with it now, being hassled by Bjorkstrand and Tolvanen. Larson around for Gord. Nope. Gord lets it go. Shot. Oh, no one was there. Dunn put it intentionally wide, hoping that someone could get there and tip it in on the far side, but no one was there. Oh, I think he had the far post, which is what he was shooting for. But he just put it a little bit too far wide. Very thankful you are doing this when you're ill. No problem. Figured I would at least get as far into it as I could and see how it's going, but think, well, as long as I keep drinking my tea, and we'll have to probably do another cough drop here in a second. We'll get through it for sure. Took that Dayquil right before this, so that should last through the game. Probably won't stick around super long after the game, though. Borgen with the puck in the Kraken end does get it out, but turns it over in the neutral zone. They'll dump it in. Susie's up to Wemberg, I think that is. Borgen, shot, saved. Turned over. Whoa, keep it in. McCann. Schwartz turns and shoots, but it's defended. Larson with it. Larson fanned on it, but he got it back, kept it in. It's Beniers down there on the puck now. Boston has it. Beniers will go to challenge. Boston will keep the breakout going. Oh, kept in by Burakovsky. Still kept in. Now they'll probably get it out. Yes. Chip in charge. Bruins trying to get set up in the offensive end. They're able to do so. Blocked out, so the Bruins will have to get out of the zone. Marchand still with the puck down now on his end of the ice, being chased by Beniers. Eberle tried to get it. Marchand tries to get it now, and it gets chipped out. Marchand will go out for it. Dunn up along the boards. Oh, good defense there by the Kraken down the middle. Eberle will chip it in. I would imagine the Kraken are probably getting their change going now. Tanev on the change. Circles. Fires. Schultz had it blocked in front. Got it back. Alexiak fires a shot. That's blocked. Bruins will get a... Looks like they're going to get a change as well. Oh boy. Saved by Jones. Both teams with one shot so far here in the second, as there's 16 minutes and 30 seconds left. I ordered a Matty jersey back in December for Christmas on Fanatics. Just got an email yesterday that they're looking into why it has taken so long. Wanted to get it in time to go to the skills competition. Yeah, honestly, so I guess the NHL shop site is run by Fanatics, so I've gotten a few through there last season on like sales and stuff, and I usually had a pretty good. I usually had, like, unless they were upfront about it, I usually had a pretty good experience. But yeah, it's. Oh, here's Bjorkstrand with it. The one that always took a ton of time was Cool Hockey. Always took a ton of time to get any jersey to me. I mean, I guess granted, I got them all on like big sales, so maybe they just figured, oh, he got it on a big sale. Like we don't have to care about prioritizing his order. But so Allmark will freeze it, and we'll get a face off in the offensive end, and that means it's time for cough drop number 3. Got the what is this? Honey herb flavored cough drops. Firebirds keep winning. Riker Evans going to the AHL All-Star game, as well as Andrew Podjaralski. I've been following the Firebirds record, but I'll admit I have not watched a ton of them yet. Oh, that was such a good look for the Bruins. That is, I don't know if he put that wide or if Jones got a piece of it, but that was a very dangerous look. Wemberg, take the shot, Wemberg. Dang it. Take the shot, buddy. Wemberg's played really well this year, but he just does not ever want to shoot the puck. That is the one frustrating thing about him. Yeah, Wemberg's still looking for a pass. Come on, Wemberg. All right. Well, the Kraken had a chance there. That was not a great shift from Wemberg, I'll be honest. Eberle now in the offensive end, bodied off of it. Off the back of Bergeron. Kraken will get it back into the offensive end. Eberle with it. Eberle fires. Same team, guys. Burakovsky with the puck now. Go around. Oh, Eberle. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, there's a breakout chance. Pasternak on a breakaway. Oh, saved by Jones. Woo! Marchand put that one well wide. Shot wide. Bruins really pressing now. It's this first line. Beniers giving him trouble. Bruins back into the Kraken end of the ice, trying to get set up. They're not going to be able to. No. I think that was Alexiak that got it out past Eberle. Maybe it was Schultz. I don't know. Here we go. Ryan Donato. Fired. Oh, rebound. Goes to the Boston Bruins. Well, Kraken got another shot at least, so both teams getting their chances here. Tanev! Oh, what a save by Allmark. Sprong. Oh man, Sprong and Tolvanen are out there at the same time. It's a firing squad right there. Oh, a couple of great chances there the other way for the Kraken after the Bruins got a couple of their own. Oh, out in front. Oh, nope, no one was there. Tolvanen was kind of there, but didn't get through. Uh-oh, Trent Frederick's loose. Here we go. Bjorkstrand will probably chip it in, I would imagine. Go for... No, he's going to go chase it down. The rest of the Kraken will get a change. Wemberg with it. Allmark goes to play it. He does so. Larson with it out into the neutral zone. That's Wemberg with the puck. Wemberg sees Schwartz. Schwartz pulls up. He's going to look for a shot. Take a shot. Wide. McCann tried to tip it in on the far side. I think that's what Schwartz saw. Same team, guys. McCann and Schwartz down behind the net. Oh, Wemberg was able to keep it back for Larson, I think that was. Maybe it was Susie. Oh, the net was empty. It took a weird bounce and went out in front. Allmark was behind the net, but no one was there. Oh, my goodness. What happened there? It sounded like it hit metal, did it? Allmark went behind the net like he thought it was going to... And the puck was just sitting out in front of it, but no one was anywhere near. Oh, what a save by Allmark. Tanev tried to put it through the 5-hole. I don't know how this game is still 1-0. Who looks better? The Kraken, I think, are playing a slightly better game at the moment, but the Bruins have definitely had their chances. Like, this is not... This is a pretty good game, honestly. It's pretty even. Both teams have had some good looks. Jones is definitely having a good game so far. Allmark, honestly, is having a really good game as well. The one goal that got past Allmark was just a good tip by Tanev, and maybe Allmark probably should have had the post closed off there. I don't even know if he saw Tanev behind the net, but he was set up for Sprong's shot, and then that goes wide, and Tanev just happened to have his stick in the right place to get his stick into the right place to tip it in. So it's kind of a weird goal that is the only one of the game so far. Both goaltenders playing well, and even in, like, both teams have gotten their like high scoring chances for sure, but it's also been played relatively well defensively, I'd say. I mean, with two teams that score as much as these two do, you're going to get high scoring chances regardless of how well you play defense. So to say that each team has had a couple of good chances doesn't mean that the defenses are playing poorly. It's just both of these offenses can create like crazy. So yes, our guys have risen to the game. Yeah, the Kraken definitely look like they belong in this game. That's for sure. I mean, they're out shooting the Bruins like crazy right now, even though the Bruins have gotten some good looks. Obviously, Pasternak with the breakaway. Hall had a contested, but it made a good chance. Tyler Hall. Yeah. Taylor Hall? Taylor Hall. I don't know I said Tyler. I think I did that like in the Bruins expansion draft video as well. I called him Tyler. The wrong one. Bergeron with the puck in the Kraken end of the ice. Dunn has it. Not out. That one will get out. Burakovsky will get it in. Beniers along the board. Larson down behind the net. Bruins with the puck. And that'll be icing. So the Kraken will stay out there on the icing. Kraken with a 21-11 shot lead. Oh, it went off of one of the, yeah. Yeah, Allmark just went around, because it was going along the boards, but it took a weird bounce off of one of the stanchions, but the dividers between the glass panels, and bounced right out in front of the net, but nobody was around. Marchand with the puck. He's going to get through a bunch of Kraken defenders, but not the last one. Pasternak trying to tip it in on the far side. I think Jones saw that coming, but he didn't hit it anyway. It would have been out of midair. And they're calling that icing. Okay. Thought Dunn got his stick lifted, which... Yeah, I feel like Dunn got his stick lifted, or Donato got his stick lifted, which probably should have meant that wasn't icing, but either way. Icing back down into the Kraken end. Easy 3,000 euros. I don't know what that means, but I probably missed something. 9:30 left in the game as the puck is dropped in the Kraken end. McAvoy behind the net, hounded by Borgen. Gets it up. Shot is going to go up into the netting, out of play, and we'll get another face-off in the Kraken end. 9:15 left. Drink some more tea. It's getting a little cold, but it's still lukewarm. I suppose the good news with this being the first day that I'm sick and doing the stream is having gotten to the everything, I mean, not to be gross, but everything coming out of the face part of the cold, which will probably be tomorrow, so I don't have to be like leaning off screen and muting it constantly to blow my nose or anything like that. Oh man. See what Natural Stat Trick has to say about this. Kraken Bruins. Let's refresh it. Alright, so yeah, the Kraken are slightly getting the better of the Bruins over... I mean, I'd say this is pretty accurate to what I was... Kraken are up like plus 10 shots. Being told to check my phone. We will see. Here we go. Puck's about to drop here. Kraken end. Alright, Kraken. I don't know what happened. I'll be honest, I spaced out during the faceoff, but it ended up in the Boston end. Now it's back down into the Kraken end. And we're going with 9 minutes left in the second. Spaced out. Tyler Hall has the puck again. Taylor Hall. Hall. We're just going to call him Hall. Apparently I just can't figure out... Oh! He made a play out of that. His shot went wide again. Dunn will get it out. Trent Frederick hits it around. Larson will get to it first. Now the Kraken should have possession here with Dunn having it. Chipped out. Get to it, Bjorkstrand. Get to it, Bjorkstrand. Get to it, Bjorkstrand. Good. Yeah, absolutely. Good hustle by Bjorkstrand there. Got down to that puck first, beating 2 Bruins to it. But they have control. Trying to get out of their end. They are eventually able to get out of their end. Schwartz was able to take the puck from Marchand and keep it in for a little bit longer, but... Oh, they're gonna get. Are they gonna get Borgen? They're gonna get Marchand for hooking. Yep, Marchand for hooking. Kraken to the power play. I thought for a second, because Marchand likes to try and poke and prod to try and get calls, and sometimes it goes the other way. I think he was trying to get them to call Borgen for holding the stick, because Borgen eventually ends up ripping this stick out of Marchand's hand. Yeah, they were trying. Like, I think Marchand was keeping his stick there to try to get Borgen for holding the stick, but they correctly got Marchand for hooking. So third power play for the Kraken here. 8 minutes left in the second period. As it drops for Eberle in the offensive end, he wins that faceoff. Across to Schultz. Schultz misses Sprong, but Sprong still has the puck. Sprong across to Burakovsky. Yeah-oh. Another shorthanded chance there for the Bruins, but it went, either Jones saved it or it went wide, but Matty Beniers rubbed off of it in the neutral zone. Kraken having a hard time getting into the offensive end. Burakovsky with it. He'll get it up to Schultz. Kraken will regroup here with... Here we go. Burakovsky is going to find his way into the offensive end. Beniers will ring it around the outside. Boston will get to it first and probably clear it. Nope. Burakovsky, Beniers! Oh, you just shoot that puck, Beniers. Just shoot that puck. He tried to go for one too many passes. Oh. Yeah, Beniers went for one too many pass there instead of just shooting, especially against Boston, how good they are in the defensive zone. If you get an open shot like that, you have to just... I mean, even on the penalty kill, you got to just shoot that. That kind of a good shot from what was a pretty dangerous location. Even though Ullmark sees it coming all the way, but... Plus, I mean, you're in your home state, Beniers. You just gotta shoot that and try and get the goal against the team you grew up with. Tolman shot, chipped. Oh, save made. McCann. Shot. Rubbed out and cleared out. That is the end of the power play. Boston goes so far 3 for 3 on the kill. Kraken have kind of had like one good shot in each of these power plays, and Beniers would have had another one if he had just shot it instead of trying to get that pass, but... And that goes out of play after Boston tries to get right down and gets a shot off from the high blue line area. Oh. Yeah, Beniers tried to pass it to Eberle instead of just shooting. Yeah, he's kicking himself. He knows he should have just shot it. Let's see here. That would be a great time for the Kraken power play to kick in. Yeah, it didn't happen. Geez, no score in the second period. Yeah, it's both teams are locking it down in the defensive ends. Need to capitalize on these chances. Yeah, but again, I mean, Boston's so good defensively that it's not, you know. I think the big thing is you got to take those shots when you have them and hope for... Even if the save's made with Ullmark looking it down all the way, hope for a rebound, or I mean, at the very least, you're still going to get a face-off in the offensive end. So, which granted, face-offs for the Kraken, it's been a struggle, but how are they doing? Yeah, they're getting beat in the face-off, getting beat at the dot pretty well this game so far. 15 face-offs, 1 for Boston to 8-1 for the Kraken, so... 5:41 left in the second as the puck drops and the Kraken get a face-off win. So there you go. Oh, but it's turned over. Big hit there late on Pasternak by Alexiak. The official goes to the ice as the puck got into his feet, and so did some sticks. Here's McCann with the puck. He's going to put it along the boards down into the corner. Marchand with it on the way out for the Bruins. Puts it off of McCann, then whiffed on by Larson. Then Larson eventually gets it, but it goes off of Marchand into the corner. Marchand with it. He's going to wheel around, whiff on a pass. Eventually get it out. And it will go out of play. Yeah, Bergeron's consistently one of the best face-off, one of the best at the face-off in the entire NHL. So good win there by Wennberg to start that whole sequence. Shots are 21-12 in Seattle's favor. Have to get some more tea. Here we go. Puck's out to center ice. Sarah's giving a little love to the cough drop that's still rattling around. Front. Jones says, no, it's still loose. It's still loose. Get it out. Get it out. Ah! Here we go. Bjorkstrand gets it out. He'll dump it in. Oh, I thought that was going to end up in the net somehow. Guaranteed last year that ends up in the net somehow. Just takes a weird bounce or rebounds right to one of the opposing players. That's one of those things where, like, last year that was ending up in the back of the net. And I mean, it's just chaos in front of the net, right? There's not really much more to it than that. Jones is my hero. Yeah, he's playing very well so far. I mean, 13 for 13, so pretty much as perfect as he can be to this point. Just knock on some wood for that. Ryan Donato cannot get the puck. He's also is he from Boston area? I know he went to Harvard, so he's definitely spent a lot of life around that area. I can't remember if he's from there as well. I suppose I could look it up, but let's wait till the Bruins are no longer in the offensive end. Shot! Another shot goes wide. Rebounds off of a blocked in front. Bruins set up in the offensive zone. 3 minutes left here in the second period. The Kraken try to get out. Tanev mishandles it. Bruins back in. They miss a pass. Boston's changing Tanev. There we go with the pick. So the Kraken are trying to get a change. Good. Jones ready for that wraparound. Shot. Blocked. Here goes Eberle. Eberle's on a breakaway. He's getting caught up too. Shot. Blocker save, or glove save actually, sorry, by Allmark there. Beniers with the puck circling around. Beniers gets taken down. Bruins are out on a bit of a 3-on-2, but they turned it over and the Kraken have the puck back. Oh, Donato was drafted by Boston. That's what. Oh, and he's from Boston. Okay. So yeah, obviously Donato was going to get a start. McCann shoved off the puck. Minute 45 left here in this second period. Marchand with the puck getting into the Kraken end. Met pretty quickly by Wennberg. The Kraken have the puck getting out of their end and into Boston's end as it's chipped in by Gord. Or nope, sorry, that's Schultz. Saw the 7. Oh, out in front! Oh, nobody was there. Marchand gets it to it first, chips it out. Soucy will ring it around the boards as the Kraken go off for a change. There's Gord. Just about a minute left here in the second. And wait for it. Wait for it. Now there's a minute left in the second. It's loose out in front. Frederick put it high. Woo! There have been some chances here. I mean, I will say, well, like the Bruin, like the puck's kind of getting in front of the Kraken net. They're playing very well defensively. They're not letting anything. Nothing is happening cleanly out in front of the net. Tolvanen. It was in. Was that in? Tolvanen celebrates like it is. I think that bounced off the crossbar and bounced off the like middle bar. Let's go. Tolvanen with his third for the Kraken. That's 6 points in 7 games. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Kraken with 38 seconds left in the second. So gorgeous, good play there, creating space. Bjorkstrand is going to fire off a shot, and then it gets blocked in front. Then Tolvanen fires a shot. Yep, that hit net and came out. It hit the bar behind the crossbar. That little, like, I guess if it's like a D shape. If you look down at the goal, there's kind of the D shape. It's that other top bar. Rings around that and comes out. Let's go! 2-0 Kraken. Wow. Woo! Let's go. Oh, that hurt. That was not a good idea. Oh, if the Kraken hold on to this one, this is going to be a tough R&R. It's going to be a tough one. I just like can't. Yeah, that's definitely in. Yeah, look, like it was in and out so fast because of how hard Tolvanen's shot is. Oh, there's more chaos in front of the Kraken net, and I think Jones kept that out. Yeah, they're looking at it because yeah, it's up against Dunn's. There's no way you can see that puck. They got to get the straight down shot. See if they can see it. All right, here's the straight down look. Pasternak's just trying to push it with his hands across the line. You can't see anything there. Eberle's all the way inside the goal. Yeah, you can't see. You couldn't see anything there. I'm all out of tea. Another point for Yanni. So Bjorkstrand and Gord with the assists on the Tolvanen goal. I'm gonna need another cough drop here soon too. It's like the rip my voice. Yeah, the cough drops were doing a lot of good work, but that little excited, the excitement of that Tolvanen goal may have undone some of that work. Wemberg gets it in. 10 seconds left here in the second. Bruins will try to get one last chance off here. They will not. Once again, the siren will go before icing. And we get to the third with the Kraken having a 2-0 lead in Boston. Save as a copy to switch this over to the third before I forget like I did all the time last year. Last season, I should say. There we go. Third. Well, Kraken up 2-0 now. Goals off of... Actually, they're both pretty late in the periods, too. Right? Oh no, okay. The Tanev one was pretty much. It was like about halfway through the first. I was remembering. Oh, that's right. I was thinking because Boston had the late chance to tie the game with their power play. But yeah. Okay. Well, I think I might try and get some more tea here and take a quick second. Um, Kraken up 2-0 here at the end of the second, or end of the second, going into the third. Oh, my wife is ready with more tea already. Thank you, wife. Thank you very much. The real star of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Very kindly watched the kid for the whole day so that I could try to. I mean, when you're sick, you kind of have to do that anyway. Although he's the one that got me sick, so I probably wouldn't have gotten him sick. But I mean, there's no chance if he isn't taking all the energy out of me just by being a little tornado running around the house, then he's gonna get me with the cold to make sure that last bit of energy is gone. But yes, stream definitely would not have happened without the help of the wife and the cough drops, tea, and medicine that was provided by her. Actually, brought all of them down for me while I was trying to get things set up here. Okay, let's see. Up 2-0. Let's go. Rip Scott's voice. Yeah. Use the TikTok voice for the R&R. Absolutely not. That TikTok voice I hate with a passion. I hear the TikTok voice and I'm done with it immediately. Done with whatever it is. I'm just done with it. I hear that TikTok voice, it's over. It's dead. I want to talk about pet peeves and nails on a chalkboard kind of a thing. Like the TikTok voice is a massive pet peeve. Cop drop 4. We're in 4 now. That's his job, to wear me out. Yeah, it pretty much is his job at this point. His job is to run around and have fun, and here to make sure that that happens. But, when it gets to later in life and somebody has to have, it's somebody's job to embarrass him and knock him down a peg or two, then I mean, like ego wise and that kind of stuff. That's what parents are for. It's the give and take. Tolvanen though. Yeah, Tolvanen's third goal. 3 goals and 3 assists for Tolvanen in 7 games with the Kraken so far, or 6 games in 2 periods. Who had the assists on the Eberle one? Obviously Sprong, or not Eberle. The Tanev goal was just Daniel Sprong. Okay, so Bjorkstrand and Gord get assists on the Tolvanen goal and Sprong on the Tanev goal. And talk about unlikely goal scorers. I guess Tolvanen maybe not so much, but that's his fourth goal. What am I talking about? Is it Tolvanen's fourth goal? Fourth goal and 2 assists. That is assists and goals backwards. So 4 goals and 2 assists for Tolvanen in his time with the Kraken so far. How about this game though? How about this game? Ow. Oh, the Bruins apparently got credited for another shot on goal during another intermission. So up to 18 shots on goal for the Bruins, and the Kraken are at 23 shots for the Kraken. So that's evened up here. The gap is closed. Tolvanen was a major bargain. Well, he's got 6 points in 7 games, and the Kraken paid literally nothing to get him, so I'd say so. Okay, I shouldn't say they paid literally nothing. They did have to put Kuhlman on waivers and ended up losing Kuhlman to Winnipeg, so I guess you could look at it as like the Kraken traded Kuhlman to Winnipeg to get Tolvanen from Nashville, which would not be how a trade works, but essentially that's what happens. And yeah, from even that perspective, I mean, I liked Carson Kuhlman. Just there was not really a way to get him in the lineup, and Tolvanen has been, yeah, an absolute bargain, absolute bargain. I can't wait to read the Nashville subreddit. Yeah, the Bruins are going to come out in the third hungry for blood. Yeah, the third period is where the Bruins have really made some stuff happen this season so far. So this game is far from over, that's for sure. The Kraken just got to keep with it, though. I mean, they have let up some chances, and they've let up some chances for sure. So it's still any one of those could go in, but they've been playing very, again, like I said, like other than the breakaway for Pasternak in the second and the open look for, I think it was Charlie Coyle in the first. Other than those two, the Kraken have pretty much kept the center. Even if the puck gets to the center of the ice and the Bruins get shots off from there, there's at least one or two defenders for the Kraken on top of the guy shooting the puck and out in front of the net to make sure that there aren't any clean rebound opportunities. And obviously you have those, especially like we saw there at the end of the second, like those moments of chaos in front of the net. Anything can happen there. The puck could end up in the back of the net with all that chaos. But the Kraken are at least making sure that like they're not leaving Jones out to dry, basically. Other than again those two opportunities with Coyle and Pasternak with a breakaway. It hasn't been a blowout, so even if they lose, I'll be content. Yeah, I mean, you go into a third period with a multi-goal lead, you definitely want to come out with a win, and it'll feel. I think at this point it would feel kind of like an opportunity lost if they do end up losing it. But especially if they can at least get it to overtime, and yeah, they didn't get blown out by Boston, which is, I think that's kind of like that was the only way that the Kraken could really. I think that was the only thing that, obviously, the team is going to feel disappointed if they lose no matter what. Even if it was 2-0 Boston right now, they'd still feel disappointed if they lost this game like 2-1 or something. But I think that's as a fan, the only way it would like really suck is if the Kraken had just gotten blown out and looks like they didn't belong with Boston, because then you'd have the like, oh yep, see when the Kraken play a real team, and maybe that game against Toronto was just a whim. But they've clearly proven they belong with the best team in the league in their building, where they've yet to lose in regulation. I'm with you, KJ Bren. Yeah, yeah. Not getting blown out was, I think, that really, when I was like coming into, that was all I hoped from this game, was just that the Kraken looked like they belong and at least keep it close. Which I think if the Bruins do win this game, it's going to be a close one. So at least you get that. I think it's pretty much locked in. And you'd hope to, obviously, definitely hope to hold on to this lead, and I mean, a shutout in Boston would be amazing. But you hope to hold on to this lead, and you certainly want to get at least 1 point out of it with a multi-goal lead going into the third. But anyway, give me 1 second real quick here. I will be right back. All right, back. We're back. Right as I stood up, the drips started from. So maybe I should have knocked on wood when I was saying that the face leaking part of the sickness had not started yet. Is it maybe kicking in here? So we'll see how the third period goes. We're gonna try and hold on through. We'll get through the whole third period. I think we'll get through the whole third period, regardless of how things go. But yeah, probably won't be sticking around for a ton after the game. Assuming I'm not still under the weather, I might be at the what is it, Madison, the beer garden in Seattle for the game on Saturday. Might go there and see the ECH guys are going to hang out there, so I might go and see those guys. Pablo says, hello, great game for the Kraken so far. Absolutely has been. Yeah, I mean, the Bruins have gotten their chances, and they're the top scoring team in the NHL, so they're going to get their chances. The Kraken have, I mean, like we've said, they've been right there. Oh, sorry, they're not the top scoring team in the NHL. The Buffalo Sabres are. The Kraken are on their heels. Queen Anne Beer Hall, that's what I was thinking of, yes. Only been there a couple of times before, actually. A shutout would be a miracle. It would be pretty awesome. The only reason that I don't like I mean, especially to beat the Bruins in Boston. Oh, in shutout, that'd be so much fun. Scott's face needs to hang on like the Kraken need to hang on. Just make it through regulation. That's right. I think the key here for the third for the Kraken, obviously keep up what they've been doing, but stay out of the penalty box is the key. That's the biggest thing. Stay out of the penalty box. All right, see if this tea is cooled down enough. Nope. Nope, still too hot. Oh, that's right. Yeah, great game so far. The Tanev with his eighth of the season, I want to say it was. Tanev with his eighth of the season from Sprong about a little bit earlier than halfway through the first. It's just a weird goal, and then Tolvanen just with the weird rebound. So like Bjorkstrand shoots it, bounced off of, I think it was a block in front, because it didn't make it to the Bjorkstrand shot didn't make it to the net, but it bounced right out in front into the slot where Tolvanen was there, picked it up, whipped around, fired it, and beat Olmar Kai into the top of the net. It was in and out so quick that I thought it hit the crossbar, but Tolvanen knew immediately that it went in, so he was immediately celebrating. It seemed like no one else was really sure, but Tolvanen knew. And sure enough, it went in and out off of the bar behind the crossbar. That was Tolvanen's sixth of the season and fourth with the Kraken. He had 2 goals and 2 assists in 13 games with the 2 goals and 2 assists in 13 games with the Predators before getting waived, and then Seattle picks him up, and we're now 6 games and 2 periods in, and he's got 4 goals and 2 assists. So it's gone pretty well here in Seattle so far. Gone pretty well. It's Tolvanen in Seattle. Yeah, it's a very quiet crowd in Boston. That's what we like. That's what we like, is a Boston fan base that's quiet. I bet Jack Edwards isn't quiet. He never is. It's really the main reason I like watching the Bruins lose, which they've only lost 4 times in regulation this season. All on the road, obviously. Lost 3 times, or 4 times in total in shootout and overtime. I mean, you can see their record. right there. Yeah, 4 times in shootout and overtime. 3 of those have been at home, so they only lost the one extra time one at home or on the road. Both teams have played the same number of games. All right, getting close here to the start of the third. Boston commentators are starting to sound nervous, as they should. They should have been nervous from puck drop. This is the Kraken. Gotta be careful there, the voice. Best third period goal differential in the NHL is the Boston Bruins. So they're the best third period team in the NHL. This is going to be a. This game is far from over. The Kraken obviously put themselves in a really good spot here, up 2-0, but this game is far from over. Tanev has 7 goals. I'm pretty sure he has 8. Yeah, that was his 8th. If you're looking at like NHL reference, or actually most stat sites don't update the stats during games. They'll update the stats after, like, either the night of like an hour or two after the game is usually when stats get updated, or even the next day. So the only place that you'll see it is if you go to like ESPN and go to the game tracker. It'll say like Tanev and then 8 in parentheses for his 8th goal. Yeah, your voice is cracking. Yeah, it's I blame Tolvanen. Well, I blame the cold first, then I blame Tolvanen. But I see what you did there with the voice cracking. All right, here we go. Third period getting underway. Underway here in the third period. Boston has it behind their net. Boston will start their breakout. Oh, Tolvanen cuts it off. Gord with it. Gord will chip it down into the offensive end, into the corner, where Boston gets to it first. They get it up along the boards, and it does get out, but Tolvanen has the puck. He'll put it back in, and Boston will regroup and get another breakout opportunity. Oh, nice pickup. McCann picked it off. Schwartz shot. Glove saved by Ullmark. Not terribly difficult one. Saw it coming all the way. Oh. Schwartz cut his pinky somehow on that shot. Oh yeah, so he got slashed as he was taking the shot. No call. Oh yeah, yep. Yep, that was definitely a missed call, but Coyle down into the offensive end, or Bruins offensive end. Save made by Jones. Kraken will get a breakout now. Done with the puck into the offensive end. He's got Eberle beside him. He'll get it down into the corner. And the Kraken go off for a change. There's still one guy that needed a change. Burakovsky's on the ice now. D to D done. Larson to done, actually. Eberle up to Beniers. Beniers tries to get it across to Burakovsky, but it's intercepted by Marchand. And in is Pasternak. Save made by Jones. Get it up. Burakovsky gets around one guy. Into the offensive end. Burakovsky still trying to get Beniers, picks it up. Down by the net. Big hit there from... Beniers looks fine. That's a big hit Beniers just took along the boards. Pastrnak with the puck will chip it in. Borgen gets it. Pastrnak fires off his own man in front of the net. Didn't see it coming. Beniers has the puck now. And they'll get a change. Who's that? Susie. Okay, Susie down there. Susie and Alexa. Sprong on a break. Oh, good defensive stick at the end there. It was a partial break there for Sprong, and unfortunately the guy coming in on him was on his shooting side, so as he tried to go shoot forehand, the defensive stick was able to get to it. Couldn't get a clean shot off. No icing. Schultz was able to get there first. Alexiak through the zone. Gord knocks it into the corner. They'll get it out. D to D, Larson to Dunn. Dunn throws it back in. Down along the boards behind the net. Once again, Larson to Dunn in the neutral zone. Dunn up. Tolvanen has it. And Boston has it now back. Going out. Coyle, Trace, Dunn to it. Dunn gets there first down behind the Kraken net. Tolvanen up to Gord. Gord's going to have a chance. Big save by Olmark. Hit by his own guy. Shot. Went off a broken stick and off to the side. Pastrnak gets it in. Kraken with the puck. Borgen gets it. And there's a turnover in the neutral zone. Marchand has it. Pastrnak has it. Shot never gets through. Blocked by Susie in front. Marchand with it. Doesn't get through Schwartz. Schwartz out. Wemberg will go chase it down, but whoever 75 is gets to it first. Clifton. Alexiak goes off Alexiak. Still out of the Kraken end. Pastrnak has a hard time getting it in as Alexiak does a good job of holding the blue line. Both teams look like going off for a change. Beniers line out for the Kraken. This is Burakovsky going through the neutral zone. He'll throw it in. Into the corner. He'll go chase it down. Boston gets there first. Tyler Hall has it. Do they get a chance here? No. Blocked in front by Burakovsky. Nope, Alexiak. Beniers around the boards. The Kraken get it out. 5 minutes gone here in the third. Beniers just pops back up. Aw, youth. Yeah, seriously. Youth and lots of youth and very athletic youth at that. Oh, I see that. The puck just like drifting through the middle of the zone like that, just like hoping the Kraken can get to it. Like when you're watching on TV, you're just like, please let the next guy on the screen be a white jersey. Sprong will chip it all the way up. And Donato gets to it into the offensive end. Tanev's offside, so the Bruins will get to it behind their net and get a breakout. Tanev goes to challenge, doesn't get there. Pass doesn't get through, and that's icing. Nope, it's not icing. Sorry, I thought I heard a whistle. Here we go. Larson has it. Larson gets it up to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand fires it well wide of Tanev. But it does the job. Kraken get a change. Third line out there with Tolvanen, Bjorkstrand, and Gord. Ooh, weird hopping on Jones, but he's able to push it aside. Oh, big save by Jones. Frederick from a tight angle, but Jones was going side to side. Looking for a tip, was not there. Gord gets it up and out. Susie down to Borgen. Borgen down behind the Kraken net. Will throw it up along the boards. Gord's there. Gord throws it out in front. Tolvanen gets to it. Tolvanen skating down the middle. Drops it for Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand to Gord. Misses. And it's a 2-on-2 here for Coyle and someone else. Good stick there from Alexiak and Schultz. Both of them got good sticks on that. Bjorkstrand able to poke it into the Bruins' end, but McAvoy gets to it first. What's the shot count? Shot count is 25 Kraken, 22 Bruins. So it's continuing to tighten up a bit here. Schwartz loses. Oh, Schwartz blew a tire, and the Bruins back out. 8 minutes of just pure anxiety. Oh, puck balancing around in front. Here comes McCann. He's not going to get a shot off, I don't think. He'll drop it for Schwartz. Schwartz, not much of a shot. Easily saved. Tolvanen! That's not Tolvanen, sorry. That was Wemberg. Put it right into the logo of Allmark. There's 12:20 left as that save is made, and we'll get a face-off in the Boston end of the ice after the Wemberg shot is saved. Oh, tea is just cool enough now. It's like the best. I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to hot liquids. Just gotta let them cool a bit. But it's right at the right temperature right now. I wish I could just like stay at this temperature. Yeah, it feels nice. The fourth cop drop has bit the dust, so we're probably waiting for the fifth one here. See if we can push it off a little bit longer. It's a little easier to talk without a cough drop rattling around in my mouth. The Kraken here with a 2-0 lead. Just about 8 minutes into the first period. 12:20 left in the game. In regulation anyway. Kraken start a good defensive start here for the Kraken. They had a couple of little blunders that almost allowed chances, but they recovered from them before Boston could really get anything dangerous. And the Bruins are still getting shots, and they gotten some, like they got the wraparound chance, and they got another shot or two, but they're always defended shots, which is like, I mean, it's something that I talked about all the time last year. Like the shots that the opponents were getting last year were maybe not always from the most dangerous locations, but they were almost always open shots. It seemed like it was the guys by the face-off dot or like in the high slot, but the shot's completely uncontested. He can just like take his time and shoot it because he's wide open when he gets a pass or something like, or a rebound or whatever. But this season, it's like if it's a dangerous area of the ice, then it's not going to be an open shot. The Kraken are going to have somebody there the vast majority of the time to at least make it a hard shot to get everything on or put exactly where you want to put it. Love the retro jersey. Thank you. Yes, I like these as well. Wish the team would play a little better in them. They only have one game left in these retro jerseys, but they're 0-2-1 in the reverse retros, and one of those was that Edmonton game that happened right before this current streak of wins coming into tonight. Some fighting down in the corner as it gets flung along the boards. I don't know if that it looks like it was. So flung around and it'll be icing. Based in games on hand, Hackstall almost made it to the so the All-Star Game coaches, they have one from each division, and it's the division leaders at the time that the decision is made. And the Kraken were just barely behind the Golden Knights by points percentage. So face off at center ice because the icing was actually caused by the Bruins. The Kraken actually win that face-off. Beniers with the win. Get into the offensive end, but turn it over. And Bergeron with the shot. Saved. Bergeron's second shot, also saved. Big save there by Jones. The first shot was not a big save, but that second one rebounded right back out to Bergeron, and that was a nice save there by Jones. Glove hand. Eberle getting held a little bit there by McAvoy, but not obvious enough. Oh, bad change by the Bruins. Eberle's going to take the shot. Rebounds out, but Oleksiak wasn't quite there in time. Whoa. That was a really bad change by the Bruins that Eberle just... Fortunately for the Bruins, I should say, one guy stayed back. Yeah, that second shot by Bergeron off the rebound was a pretty dangerous one, but Jones came up with the shoulder save, I think. Oh, glove save maybe. Or maybe it went off the post. Yeah, I don't know. And Eberle with the wraparound chance there on Allmark, trying to get it through the 5-hole, but wasn't. Nothing doing. Schultz to Oleksiak, D to D. Oleksiak up off of Tolvanen. What? Open ice. Gord has it. Gord out to Tolvanen. Tolvanen shot saved. Tolvanen didn't get everything on that shot. But Ullmark was right in position anyway, so I'm not sure it would have mattered if he had. Nice game by the Kraken. Bleep the Bruins. Yeah, going well so far. Far from over. About halfway through the third, so it's it looks better every second that ticks off. It looks better, but it's far from over against this Bruin team. Face-off in the Bruins end is won by the Bruins. Tanev gets to the puck first as it's chipped down into the Kraken end. He's going to fling it up. Gets through Sprong and not down for his... Must have hit somebody. Not down for icing, but the Bruins have it going through the neutral zone. It's turned over. Kraken have it back. Once again, it's Tanev with the puck as he flings it up to... Where is it? Oh, Oleksiak has it. Drops it back for Soucy as the Kraken get a D change. And that's turned over by Donato. Jones with the puck behind the Kraken net. Kraken will get a breakout here. Sprong with the puck circling in the defensive end. That will be icing. Yep. Schwartz could not get a stick on it. I think you're going for Beniers. Yes, Beniers is very likely the rookie of the year. He hasn't scored yet tonight, so he's got a 5-game goal streak that is in jeopardy at the moment, and 5-game point streak also in jeopardy. But yeah, he's right now running away with rookie of the year, I would say. Now there's still half a season left, so plenty of time for things to change. But so far so good for Matty B. McCann will get to it first down behind the Bruins net, but McAvoy has it. Boston will get a breakout here as Pastrnak gets it out to Hall. Pastrnak cannot get the pass through to Hall on the other side as Wemberg is doing a good job on the defensive end. Larson up the boards to somebody who got it out to Dunn. Now Schwartz has it. I think that was Eberle. So good play there by Eberle getting on the ice off a change. Beniers chasing down Tyler Hall. Here we go. Breakout for the Kraken. Burakovsky with the puck. Some open ice. He's going to pull up. Looks for someone to pass to. Doesn't have anyone, so he's going to go back down along the boards. Drops it up for Beniers. Beniers up to Schultz. Save made. 8:30 left. I'm running out of nails to bite. Yes. Yeah, this must be what it feels like to be a Canucks fan this season. Got a 2-goal lead late in the third, and you're still like, oh gosh, it feels like a tie game. That's just how good the Bruins are at home, especially in the third period. I don't really see how a new team has retros, but it's cool. It's a throwback to an old team in Seattle, Seattle Ironmen that were say WHL. What were the Ironmen? They're old Seattle team. You can look it up. Seattle. If you Google Seattle Ironmen, you'll see it. Yeah, I mean Seattle has a ton of hockey history, just not NHL history. Obviously, the Stanley Seattle's already won a Stanley Cup, just not the Kraken. So the history is there, and multiple teams. There's the Ironmen, the Seattle Americans. Obviously, the Metropolitans and the Totems are probably the most well known as far as historic Seattle teams. Then obviously like major junior hockey. They've got the WHL teams in Everett and the Seattle Thunderbirds. I mean Everett's not Seattle, but it's close by. So yeah, lots of hockey history in the area to draw off of. Even if the team itself doesn't have any, like the team itself, there's no retro. It's a 2-year-old team, but there's retroness to throw back to as far as hockey in Seattle. Yeah, the team that played during World War II. Yeah, in Seattle. Missing the "Let's Go Kraken" chant right now. What do you think the Winter Classic jersey will look like? The rumor is it's going to be Metropolitans inspired, which would not be surprising. That's kind of what I figured they were going to save it for. I wouldn't have been surprised if they did it necessarily for the reverse retro, but it did seem like they wanted to save it for something more than just like a 1-year run jersey. Which I mean, teams can use the reverse retros as much or as little as I think they have to use them. Like at least there's a minimum, but they can use them as much as they want. The Kraken could turn the reverse retro into a third if they wanted to. I don't think they're going to, but yeah. So I didn't think I wasn't terribly surprised that they didn't go Metropolitans with the reverse retro, saving it for something bigger and getting the Winter Classic, especially if that was already something that was on the table, was getting the Winter Classic for 2024. I'm not surprised that they held back on the on the Metropolitans and save it for that. I will say that I was thinking that it would probably be, oh, hard shot there from the blue line, went wide. Um, yeah, I was thinking it would be like Vancouver to get the Vancouver Millionaires in there and have that old rivalry reborn in at least at least look, if not anything else. All right, so Bruins just getting back into the offensive end. Pasternak with the puck down along the boards. Schultz has it. He'll keep it along the boards, but Boston's there to intercept. Pasternak tries to tip it in, but doesn't. He's out behind the net with Marchand in front. Wemberg has the puck now. McCann has the puck now. McCann gets it out to Schultz. Alexiak, sorry. We're getting through it. We're getting through it with the Dayquil and all that stuff, but definitely a game that has a playoff feel. And like I said, I wouldn't be angry if this was a playoff matchup. Just saying. Susie, among two Bruins, is able to get the puck out, but the Bruins get it back. Hall has it. The Bruins keeping the zone. 6 minutes left in the game. Oh, deflected in front, but it went off Borgen and stayed wide. Beniers has the puck, lost the puck. Up the boards, Burakovsky, Beniers. Nope, around to Borgen. Borgen out to Eberle. It's out of the zone, so Boston will have to tag up. They do not. So both teams will get changes here. Regroup. 5:30 left in the game. Thank you again for doing this. Been looking forward to this game all day. Yeah, this is one I was definitely very apprehensively, but looking forward to. Dom in front. Shot. Oh, they just couldn't. Sprong was on the backhand. Oh, he was facing the wrong way. Sprong shot goes wide. Oh, what a good chance there. Around. Sprong will... Nope. Foligno gets to it first. So the Bruins will get back to it. 5 minutes left. No score in the third so far. Shots on goal. Kraken 30-24 for the Bruins. Here we go. We're getting into the nitty-gritties. Let's go. You didn't see us before. Do you see us now? Yeah, this is... It's not over yet. It's still not over. 5 minutes left is enough time to score 2 goals at the very least. Still definitely not over. All right, 5 minutes left. We'll do it. 5 minutes left. We'll get cough drop number 5 going. End with 5 minutes left. Look, against a lot of teams, in fact, against almost every team in the NHL at this point, except for like the Bruins, even the Leafs, I would say. I mean, look, it's never over. Like 2 goals in the like today's NHL, you can score 2 goals in 5 minutes, especially if you get one or get a power play, get one or something like that, and then get one with the empty net at the end. You can definitely score 2. So, but the Bruins are a team where I would be bummed, but I wouldn't even necessarily be surprised if they still tie this game. So this is far from over for sure. Can you give the cough drops the star of the game? How about I would give my wife an honorable mention for providing the cough drops. How about that? And the tea and the medicine that's still getting me through. All marks lifted. 5 minutes left. We have an empty net. Kraken are going to get it up, not out. Hall with the puck around the outside. Pasternak out in front. No one's there. McAvoy, big block there. Bruins keep the zone. Pasternak shoots it. Deflected in front, goes well wide. Marchand with the puck, goes down behind the net. Hall with it. Larson there to meet him. Hall gets it back up to Marchand. Does he? Yes, he does. McAvoy up to the top. Down for Marchand. Marchand looks. Doesn't have a shot. Pasternak shot. Deflected in front by Dunn. Couple of big blocks there, I think both from Dunn. 4 minutes left. Net still empty, obviously. Larson blocks a pass there from Marchand. Marchand looks. Wraparound. No, that not there for Hall. McAvoy looking. Misses. Hall still has it, though. Marchand has it. What's he looking for? He's looking for something. This is basically a power play at this point. Marchand has it. Marchand's looking. Fires a shot. Goes wide. Behind the net. Out along. Marchand has it again. Marchand scoots up. Halt. Just flung wide. Oh. Oh. Who was that? Was that Bergeron or I think it's Pasternak on the far side that had empty net to shoot at and missed. Pasternak bodied down. Dunn has the puck. Dunn's gonna... Hall has it. Oh, Dunn could not get rid of it. You gotta clear. You just gotta throw that out there, though. Shoulder save by Jones. Shots 30-25 for the Bruins. A lot of these are getting blocked out in front. Dunn has it. Dunn's gonna fling it. Does he hit the empty net? Nope. Well wide. Icing will be called with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Kraken are lots of block shots here. We got 6 goalies out there. Only one in goalie pads, though, and only one gets credit for saves. All right, here we go. Face off one for the Bruins in the Kraken end. McAvoy with the puck gets it across. We got a new group out there for the Bruins. That top group is out. 2.5 minutes left. Down along the boards. Kraken a little bit more aggressive on the defense against this group than the last. Tolvanen chips it out of play. Thought he got hit the boards there, but out of the bench, so the face-off will go back down to the Kraken end. So the Kraken get a change. A very, very needed change there. So that actually isn't... Obviously, like, Tolvanen wanted to chip that pass so he could try and pick it up and get the empty netter, but not a bad whistle to get there to get that change. Get a new group out on the ice that was out there for that entire first shift, and then with the icing wasn't able to get off. So fresh legs out on the ice for the Kraken. That first group now back out there for the Bruins with Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak, McAvoy at the top. Marchand with the puck now. McAvoy has it at the top. Out to the side, Marchand with it. McAvoy's shot does not get through. Stays in play, though. Taylor Hall along the boards. Cuts with it. He's just kind of looking around. 2 minutes left. Marchand throws it out. Cleaned out by Dunn. It's fired out. Does that get in? Roll in, roll in, roll in! Yes! Yes! The empty netter. The Kraken are going to win this one. 3-0. They show the guy with the reverse retro. Matty Beniers. Me and you, buddy. Me and you. Who gets it? Schwartz. Schwartz with the empty netter. Let's go. Oh. My voices are going to be recovering for a bit. The R&R is going to be interesting tonight, that's for sure. But let's go. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get through the R&R with a voice. Hey, what do you say? Now we just got to finish out the shutout. 140 left. It's back to 5-on-5. Allmark's back in net. The Bruins have accepted the reality that their first loss in regulation is going to come at the hands of the Seattle Kraken, who will remain undefeated in 2023, 7-game win streak. The way this team is playing, they could beat anybody right now, and who would have thought at the start of the season? I need a Jones sweater right now. And yeah, Martin Jones, he's going to be his... If they can keep it, there's still a minute left, and you know the Bruins are going to try to get one in just because. Oh, look at the mustache on that guy. Let's go. Kraken fan letting him know after the empty netter. He's got a nice handlebar mustache going right there. I guess that's not handlebar. That was the twirl. The twirl, not the handlebar. Excuse me. Bowie is undefeated in 2023. Contenders, I mean, the Kraken would have to collapse at this point, I think, to not make the playoffs. I mean, I'm gonna knock on wood when I say that. Sprong will get it out. That definitely would have been a penalty for interference or tripping or something at any other point in the game, but they're not going to bother with 30 seconds left. Donato definitely should have drawn a call there. Borgen to Soucy. Soucy to Borgen. Borgen just going to skate around. He'll pass it back to Tanev. Tanev will skate around. The Kraken are just going to ice these last 20 seconds away as Donato gets the puck, and it ends up in the Boston bench. 15 seconds left in this win for the Kraken, handing Boston their first regulation loss at home of the season. Stanley or bust. One back for the Bruins, so they get one more face-off win. 10 seconds left. The Borgen will put the puck, just slam it against the boards and hold it there as the last couple seconds tick off, and the Kraken shut out the Boston Bruins 3-0, making it 7 in a row, staying undefeated in 2023, and giving the Bruins their first regulation loss of the season. There it is. It's final. Kraken win 3-0. What a statement. I mean, we talked about that Vegas game at the time being a statement game. We talked about earlier this road trip, that Leafs game being a statement, but this is the biggest win of the season for the Kraken, and I don't think it doesn't get bigger than this one until the playoffs. Not necessarily for like importance of the game. There's still some divisional matchups that matter more necessarily than this game would have. But to come into Boston and defeat a team that was 19-0-3 in their home building, absolutely incredible. Let's freaking go. Go Kraken, go. Double burn. Woos in the chat. Woohoos, excuse me. And the Kraken will go to Chicago on Saturday with a chance to set, and I'm going to keep knocking on wood because I don't want to jinx anything, but they'll go into Chicago with a chance to not only redeem the one that they kind of coughed up to Chicago earlier in the season, losing in overtime, but they'll go in there with a chance to set a franchise record with an 8th win in a row, and then come home against a Tampa Bay team that is also another big challenge, and another team they haven't beat. This being the first win ever against the Bruins. So they pick up their first franchise win against the Leafs and their first franchise win against the Bruins on this road trip already. Oh man, biggest win in franchise history. Yeah, I said it. I would agree. Again, importance of the game, maybe not. Still importance of the game. I think that Edmonton one at the start of the road trip, but as far as the opponent that you beat, this is absolutely the biggest win for the Kraken in franchise history, considering the opponent that they beat and just the run they've been on lately. What it does still mean. I mean, 2 points at this point in the season, and picking up 2 points in a game that you kind of looked like as all right, you get through that one and try to get the 2 back in Chicago, to basically steal 2 points in the standings. I mean, it's still a huge win. So, and absolutely, yeah, considering the Bruins are a week, almost 2 weeks into January without having lost in regulation at home, and then the Kraken come in and give it to them. That's just, it doesn't get better than that. Let's go. But hoping we don't. The Seattle sports fan in me is 100% expecting to lose in Chicago, but hoping we don't. Yeah, that would be. I mean, that's definitely. I would say you could see that as definitely a trap game for sure. That they come in on such a high, having won in Buffalo against not a pushover team by any means there, having won in Toronto earlier in this road trip, and then, I mean, maybe not everyone in the locker room, but there's a lot of guys in the locker room that knew where the Bruins were at as far as being at home and third period and all that, and then not just beat them, but shut them out 3-0. This is a game that they had built up for sure. And like Matty Beniers coming home for the first time, Ryan Donato coming back to where he grew up. This is a game that, then that Chicago game after it, you could see that as a bit of a letdown game of let out the sigh of relief and get all excited about this win, and then kind of come out a little flat against Chicago could definitely be a trap game. So it's still a game obviously they definitely should win. 6-0 on the road trip, 7-0 overall. Yeah, 7-0 in 2023, still undefeated. The Kraken are the last team to lose it, the last undefeated team in 2023. Listening to the Jordan Eberle interview here for a bit, but I'm gonna get a Jones sweater tomorrow. There you go. Hopefully Jones can stay hot. Be a bit of a streaky goaltender, but he is definitely hot right now. 2 shutouts on this road trip already. Yeah, back-to-back shutouts for Martin Jones. The shutout in Ottawa and then the shutout in this one. Also, Boston's first shutout loss of the season. Yeah, the second highest scoring team in the NHL coming in, and they shut them out. This is a statement win, period. Absolutely, a huge statement win. This is one that, like, this will definitely get it. Like, I know Seattle fans, and believe me, I'm right there with you. That, like, we bemoan that national media never likes to talk about our teams unless they have absolutely no choice to, and this is the kind of win that I feel like will give. If you like seeing your team talked about in the national media, this is, I think, one that'll gives no choice but to have some notice put on what the Kraken are doing right now. Yeah, I think this is their first shutout loss. I guess I can check. You asked if it was not. You didn't say it was. Let's check. Loss. They had a 7-5 loss to Ottawa, 2-1 loss to Toronto, 5-2 loss to Florida, 4-3 loss to Vegas, 3-2, 3-2. Yep, first shutout loss for the Bruins this season. First shutout loss for the Bruins this season. First regulation loss at home. This should shut up the haters. Yeah, I mean, 7 wins in a row. Last undefeated team in 2023, and beating the best team in the NHL in regulation at home via shutout. Anybody that's trying to hate on the Kraken at this point is just in denial, I guess. Which I don't really think there's that many people. Like, there's definitely people that still have their doubts, just because, like, people thought that the Kraken would be potentially in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes at the start of the season. So I think there's still a lot of people that are having a hard time making that full mental swing to how good the Kraken have been playing. Which I guess is kind of like, if you don't follow the team game to game and you're just looking at the standings, and especially with the Kraken kind of stumbling in December there, it's understandable. But yeah, this game I think definitely proves that this team is for real. I mean, I think those of us who have been watching the games have known that for a while now, but this is one that I think really proves it on a national stage. Hockey national, that is. Some people sleeping on beds, some people sleeping on couches, and some people sleeping on the Seattle Kraken. I like it. Sounds like a pretty smelly and wet place to sleep, but yeah, people make their beds where they want to, I suppose. All right, we'll keep this going for a few more minutes. I gotta try to save some of my voice for the R&R here. I might blow it all with the intro, but we'll see. Oh man, great game, everybody. I mean, not gonna close it out just yet, but just thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for bearing with me and my voice that's been in and out with the help of some cough drops, tea, and all that. This is a textbook definition of a statement win. Absolutely. Yep. I would say probably the third big statement win of the season. There's been a lot of wins. Well, there's been a lot of wins. A lot of good wins. But yeah, again, I'd say the Vegas one was kind of that first big statement win in Vegas. And then the 2 on this road trip with Toronto and Boston being 2 of the best teams in the league, and coming in and beating them by multiple goals, beating Toronto 5-1, and then beating now Boston in shutout 3-0. Yeah, this team obviously can beat everybody. Beat everybody, anybody. I guess that doesn't make a difference, but where'd that shot go? Oh, it went off the thigh of. Oh, it went off the thigh of Trent Frederick. They're showing the Tolvanen goal again, and the Tolvanen just picks it up, and flings it at net, and it goes in. At the I don't. He wasn't even looking at the net. He was just flinging it, and it happened to go where the glove wasn't. It was a pleasure to spend this game with you. Get healthy. Definitely will be doing that. So I think we'll start to wind this down here. But yeah, really appreciate everyone for joining again. Kraken, huge win. Huge statement win here. Get win number 24 on the season. The Kraken actually, now halfway through the season, they're closing in on the total wins that they had last year. I think it was 27 last season. So yeah, they're closing in on the win total from last season, with the win going to 24-12 and 54 points on the season. And also pulling, I believe, to within 2 points of Vegas for. Yeah, so Vegas and LA tied at the top of the standings with 56 points, and the Kraken now 2 points behind both of them, with a game in hand, 1 game in hand on Vegas, and 4 games in hand on LA. So also the Kraken now a plus 25 in the goal differential, is the best in the division. So yeah, this team is firing on all cylinders for sure. Jeez. I just scrolled up. Boston's a plus 65 on the differential. So that's what the Kraken, like, the Bruins are plus, I guess going into this game, the Bostons were a plus 68 in the differential this season. The next best is Dallas with a plus 35. So the Bruins were almost doubling up the next best team in goal differential, and the Kraken just went in and took 3 out of that, and I guess got those 3 for themselves at plus 25 right now. So yeah, I mean, absolutely huge. All right, congrats, great win, go Kraken. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, feel better fast. Appreciate it, Mary. Also, thanks, Mrs. Scott. Yes, definitely big thanks to the wife who is fueling my voice with the tea and cough drops and medicine through this. Now I'll have to take a little bit here, regroup, and refuel with the Dayquil for the R&R. Probably got to take that Dayquil here pretty soon, or I'm going to be up late. Really, Jones really won this for us. Easily could have been washed out there. Yeah. I mean, Jones is definitely, as far as like stars in the game. Again, this could change by the time I get to the end of the R&R, but Jones is first star for sure. I think I'll give Tolvanen the second star. I think Tolvanen second star, and honestly, I kind of feel like Sprong's the third star. Tanev had a great game too, so. But Sprong was very good in this game for the Kraken. We'll see though. That could change. That's just thinking off the top of my head. I want to look at the stats and all that stuff from the game, beyond just goals and assists. So, yeah, Jones. There's no way Jones isn't getting first star for this one. Back-to-back shutouts. He had the shutout in Ottawa. Then Grubauer comes in and gets the win against Buffalo. Or not Ottawa. Sorry, Montreal. He gets the shutout in Montreal. Grubauer comes in, gets the win in Buffalo, and then right back with another shutout here against Boston. Yeah, I think it was, as far as Jones straight up winning it for the Kraken, I don't know that this was necessarily like a game that was stolen by the goaltender. Like, typically when you think of a game stolen by the goaltender, you're going to see like the shots be like crazy in one favor. I mean, I think like you want a picture like dictionary definition of a stolen game. It's what UC Saros did to the Carolina Hurricanes last week with 64 saves in a single game, and the Predators won that game. So that's what I think of when I think of stealing a game where it's like the game seems one-sided, and the team where it's one-sided in their favor loses because the goaltender's on fire. That's what I think of as like a goaltender like winning the game for a team. This one, Jones absolutely played his role. Like I said, he's going to be easily first star in this game. But they had also really strong defensively in front of him, really not letting anything hardly through the center of the ice, other than the Pasternak breakaway and the first period shot from just aside from the slot from Charlie Coyle. So, yeah. I voted Metropolitan, but I'm okay with the Kraken as far as team name. Yeah, I mean the I would have Metropolitans would have been. I would have liked that name, but yeah, Bettman didn't seem too crazy about it, and I think they were ready to kind of make their own name as a franchise, and definitely pay all sorts of respect to the history, but pick a name that they can make their own. So paying respect again to the history of the Metropolitans, which they've already done to some extent with the banner raising of the Metropolitan Stanley Cup. Yeah. So goals from. We're just gonna close it out here. So again, thank you guys all for joining. Got to try and regroup, give my voice a few minutes here to recover as we wait for the highlights to get up so I can get the screenshots and all that. But big thanks for all of you joining for, I mean, honestly, the biggest win in Kraken franchise history. Let's just call it what it is. Defeating the Boston Bruins 3-0 in regulation. The first regulation loss for the Bruins at home this season. Previously 19-0-3. Now they're 19-1-3. And the Kraken are now, with the Bruins, the only other one coming into this game, the only undefeated team left in 2023. And yeah, thanks again for joining. I see you guys all in the R&R, and I feel like I had more to say, but again, a little foggy headed up there. But thanks for bearing with me through some of that foggy headedness and all that, and I'll see you next time. So yeah, thanks again. See you later. And end stream.